On that Jupiter Sarkodie rendition known as The Enemies, welcome to the Wet Tuesdays morning edition of the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe right here on yours truly WoezorTV. My name is Randy Haji. Remember, this is where we serve you nothing but the best of breakfast just as you want it. It's quite wet, it's cold. I understand it's raining at some parts of the country as well. So please be careful as you prepare to step out to town to start your daily hustle. But for us here, we give you that hot breakfast that you want for the morning and to also inspire your day for the task ahead of you. So welcome. You are encouraged to join the conversation on all our social media platforms. Feel free to drop your messages under any of the broadcasts, and then we'll share them out loud and clear with the rest of the world. You can also send us your thought via WhatsApp number 055 269 7939. 055 269 7939. That's actually the WhatsApp number. You can also send us that SMS message on the same number as well. A lot of things for us to take a look at. Yesterday, the health minister had another 10 at the government accountability series where he spelled out quite a number of things that you should be aware of as far as our health sector is concerned. This morning on our discussion table, for as one of the major conversations for us as well. So you are encouraged to monitor carefully so you get updated with all that you need to know as far as the health sector is concerned. Also earlier, I think last week or so, the GES began some recruitment exercises that brought some controversy also. But how best is GES trying to put measures in place to ensure that all that challenges or the controversies is curtailed? We'll discuss that as well this morning right here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. So you teachers out there that are complaining, we would also want to hear from you. Have you tried? Have you opened the portal? Have you been successful? How has the recruitment exercise been like, or how has the process been like with you? You can share your experience with us. It is our responsibility to alert or draw the attention of the stakeholders so they know exactly what's at stake. So we'll activate the phone lines later for you to also share your experience or your thought with us with regards to the ongoing GES recruitment and its related controversies here and there. But let's start off the morning with motivation. It's good for the soul, it's good for the mind, and it's good for the heart. But where are we taking our motivation from this morning? It's from Misty Copeland, and Misty says, and it's so simple, self-explanatory. It says, I may not be there yet, but I am closer than I was yesterday. I may not be there yet, but I am closer than I was yesterday. Look, it simply tells you about self-compassion, talks about consistency and perspective. So self-compassion, you are not being too hard on yourself. You have actually set some goals for yourself. You have given yourself target that by the end of the first quarter of 2026, this is what I want to achieve. This is where I want to reach in my life. Look, there might be challenges, there might be hurdles, there might be, obstacles on the way, but gradually you are on that path. You're not taking it too hard on yourself at all. You're not blaming yourself for failing to achieve all that you have set for yourself. You are having that self-compassion on yourself. But it is also important that whilst you are thinking of that, you are making that step. You are leaping one step after the other, ensuring that you get to that particular destination. There is also the issue about the bit of consistency. So what have you started doing? How well have you started? Because the foundation is always necessary. If you get a foundation wrong, it becomes quite difficult for you to sail through and to achieve that target. Yes, there are a few cases that you say the foundation was bad, but they were able to patch up and made it bigger and better. But consistency is very, very important in your career. Consistency is very, very important when you set some goals for yourself. So keep doing it. Do the mistakes. Mistakes are allowed. Continue. Make sure you correct the mistakes of yesterday. So consistency is always important in achieving the goals that you have actually set for yourself. But perspective is also crucial. Recognizing growth is very much important. So 3 things that I have brought to you: self-compassion, consistency, and also perspective. You need to recognize growth over time instead of focusing only on the end goal. And basically that's what Misty Copeland is telling us. Yes, you might not be happy that you are where you are, but you are better than yesterday. There are people you completed uni with, I'm sorry, but they are still struggling, moving from one office to the other with brown envelopes in under their arms, searching for jobs. You have gotten one that is paying something meager, but it's better than yesterday. It's better than none at all. It's better than someone who has not gotten anything at all. You get it? You are not there yet. You might have a PhD, thinking of a better job, getting some good salaries with benefits here and there. Somebody doesn't even have anything at all. You have gotten one, so you are better off that person. You are better than yesterday. Have that mindset, but don't just wait till the end of the day before you start moving on as well. Consistency is key to achieve that particular goal. Go ahead with what Copeland has told us this morning and achieve the highest pedestal you have called for yourself. And that's our motivation for the morning. But let's look at our weather. As I told you, it's wet. It's still raining at some parts of the country. Last night I had my share, but this morning the temperature is hovering around 25 degrees Celsius. Signs of showers at some parts of the country. It's also partly cloudy in some areas too. So if you check, you can just go out of your room, take a look at the clouds. If it's cloudy, you need to get some umbrella or you need to get some raincoats whilst you step out of your home. For those of you who are already in town, please be protected and guide yourself as well. But the temperature or the weather is expected to rise to 32 degrees. Yesterday, it was really, really hot, right? I told you, it was really, really, really hot yesterday, around 32 degrees. And it's going to be the same thing today too. Sometime around 12 noon or 1 p.m. thereabout, the temperature will rise to 32 degrees Celsius. So please wear light clothes. Don't go and put on jacket. Me right after this studio, I'll take it off. I'll wear my long sleeve and feel free. So please remember to wear some light clothes as you step out too. But you can never predict. You can never tell. As I mentioned, it's still cloudy at some parts. So you can also go along with your umbrella also. But remember to stay hydrated. Drink a lot of water. Drink a lot of water. As I always say, you need to stay hydrated throughout the day to carry you on. You need that particular energy to also surge you on as a gallant soldier. So basically, that's how our weather is looking at this morning and throughout the day as well. We'll take a breather. When we return, I'll introduce my chefs and then we'll chop off the ingredients and serve you the best of breakfast on TV. My name is Randy Ahaji. Stay with me. There is more after the break.
If you're watching this with your friends,
you'll probably make a joke.
Because you know what you feel on the inside
isn't what you want people to know.
If you have to pretend to be happy,
find someone you trust and tell them.
If you get mad at things and you don't know why, or have thoughts about hurting yourself,
find someone you trust and tell them.
You are never alone when you share.
Seriously, people care about you.
It's okay to not understand what you're feeling.
And it's easy to think that you're all alone.
But you don't have to be.
You're never alone when you share.
Don't be ashamed to tell someone you trust what you're feeling.
You're not alone.
You are not alone.
Find someone you trust and tell them.
Tell a parent.
Tell a teacher. Tell a brother or sister.
Or just tell a friend.
You haven't done anything wrong.
Talk to someone.
Talk to someone.
It's how things get better.
Well, not too long ago, the great President John Mahama went to the United Nations and spoke for my people of Jamaica and the Caribbean and the Americas. And you said, we are not looking a handout, but recognition of what took place in the transatlantic slave trade. I thank you, my president. I am a child who suffer from this. Chains on my feet, whip in the hand. And tonight I sing a song to go along with your mission of reparations. Not a handout, but to acknowledge. But we're gonna do it not just reggae style, we're gonna do it high life. A high life remix by me, Graham Smargan of Morgan Heritage. Oh, President Mahama, I thank you for saying what you said at the United Nations. Woyo, reparations, justice must come. Africa and the Caribbean as one. Zimbabwe, not charity, but exposing them both. Now a new day of justice is born. Hello, across the ocean, torn from the land. Chains on my feet, whip in the hand. But Jah light carried us through the storms. Now a new day of justice is born. Reparations, justice must come, yeah. Africa and the Caribbean as one. Not charity, but exposing them both. Now a new day of justice is born. Reparations, justice must come. Africa and the Caribbean as one. Not charity, but exposing them both. Now a new day of justice is born. Africa, crying out loud. Now a new day of justice is born. Mahama, I give you strength. From Ghana to Zimbabwe, we thank you for holding the way. We say, Mahama, justice must come. Africa and the Caribbean as one. I say from Jamaica right to Accra. Now a new day of justice is born. Play it low. Across the ocean, I was torn from the land. There was chains on my feet, whip in the hand. But Jah light carried us through the storms. Now a new day of justice is born. Mahama, Africa, and the Caribbean as one. Now a new day of justice is born. Papa Mahama, Africa is crying out. Now a new day of justice is born. I love you. Much love from Jamaica. Ooh yeah. We say Mahama, justice must come. Now a new day of justice is born. We say Mahama, justice must come, yeah. Now a new day of justice is born. Reparations.
Alright, so welcome back. Many thanks for still seeing us here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. The co-chefs are seated from the red corner this morning with the ponytail, looking all charming, looking all beautiful, looking all 100 over 100.
Minus nothing.
Minus 0. Na oyo kai. I like that smile.
Oh.
Nufiala nye. Ana very strong. Na me se gala odi blenko. Machonye gbe ajiha. Hey,
oh my darling. Oh my darling. I don't remember
So it's actually a song taught in kindergarten for teachers. Like Nufialanye is teacher, my teacher.
Okay.
I'll listen. I'll learn. Blah blah blah. Yeah. More like some song for obedience.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm singing for you.
Oh.
You are the Nufiala in the house.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good.
You're looking good.
Thank you.
Charlie.
Thank you.
Where is the blessing coming from?
From God.
Hey.
From God.
Someone is doing well.
Yeah.
He's doing very, very
good
well.
job.
Doing very well.
Good morning, Chairman.
Look at how your cheeks are all popping. Your cheeks, look at your carrying that came like a year ago. Please, Thursday we'll do throwback. Thursday.
Bring that.
Thursday.
Do not bring that.
No, Thursday we'll do throwback. We'll do before and then now, or how do they do it?
Before and after.
Before and after.
Oh.
We'll do it so that you see yourself. Look at your cheeks. Look at your cheeks. Look at your arms. Look, you know.
You know what? It's when I become stressed that my teeth.
Oh boy. Enya nkware bia utro antro.
Enya dey.
Enya nkware bia antro. Utro antro. Antro phony. Bakari, Charlie, how are you?
I'm good, bro.
I wish the camera can just give us that what's the word?
Which one?
Not a 360 but a full shot. So that viewers can appreciate what you are wearing.
They should go and watch my socials after
Okay,
the show.
so that helps.
I'll post
give us the IDs.
Yeah.
Which of the socials? Karim at what?
Every Adams Karim across board everywhere.
You can check
Facebook, Instagram, X, Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn, Snapchat. Okay. No, Snapchat is EAK Karim.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, they banned my Snapchat account
during
the peak of the 2024 election because I was
hitting
power. MPP people hard. So they went to report my account and it got banned permanently.
Oh, okay.
But you know, I mean, it's one of the things we created a new one. We're growing.
Very well. Charlie, but how are you now? So, thanks. Quick one before we even talk about the GES thing. I thought they said your friend said that car, what's the name? Voxy. They're not going to use them for way again.
No, but you know the conversation is still going on.
And the people say they will not agree.
Just say that it shouldn't be used, so then the war stop. See, Randy, this is people's investment too. Like people have invested a lot of money into it. Like somebody, maybe a pensioner comes and then maybe the last money he's giving, appreciation money or something, he takes it and go buy like 5 or 10 of the Voxy to work for him while he's on pension. And then you just come and say, for what? For him to go and eat what? You see, I think it would take a lot of some time for the implementation to be properly done. That is if they are going to do it. And again, Randy, we spoke about some of the loopholes that can come out of this whole banning of the Voxy for commercial purposes. If I am going to Kumasi and you meet me at Suhum and I tell you that, I am going to Nkoko. Nkoko just say, Abi is intra. Yeah. That's close. Yeah. Or okay, you meet me at Suhum. I tell you, I'm going to Bonso Junction. Yeah. I will be back. Or any name. Yeah. You meet me at the near, I tell you, no, I have to drop some people at maybe JJT. Yeah. Then I keep going. Before you know it, the person is in Kumasi. Yeah. I meet the person in Kumasi. So where are you going from? So maybe the person is going to Sunyani. So, I am at the back. Here. No, maybe quite so here. No. You see, there's no mechanism in place to track the movement of these vehicles. Yeah. And so if the National Road Safety say they want to ban it, I think it should start from somewhere. Right, they should start from somewhere. Maybe we'll talk to the manufacturers about whatever loopholes they found, the tie, the speedometer thing, blah blah blah. They should start the engagement from there, and then the ones that are already in the country, let's see how we can manage them for the time being, so that if truly we'll be able to work to ban them, we'll ban them. But just getting up abruptly to say that let's ban like that, it can't work because Mr. Mensah somewhere has bought 10 of it and it's working for him and he's at home enjoying his pension. Yeah. They come and do sales for him and that's what he used for medication and things. So you just up and say, let's ban it for commercial purposes. When they started bringing it, importing it, why didn't they start from there?
So very good point now raises. Karen, let me come to you as well. You drive a lot, and I'm sure you have tried one of these cars. But I saw it. The reason why I even brought this is because I saw two this morning on the N1. So I assumed they are en route Kumasi. Or somewhere out of Accra. So that is the point now is that how do you even decipher that this is actually a commercial one or this is a private car? Karen, but do you think that decision or that directive was rushed through?
It's a very dicey it's a very dicey matter. I've had the, of course, opportunity of witnessing a lot of these vehicles on our roads, especially on my trips to Kumasi and back. Charlie, I say I did drive.
But
Fast and Furious.
I tell you.
Charlie, I say I did drive. But Charlie, these guys, no, they are something else on the road. On a more serious note, they look. Pedestrian overtaking on the
right side.
Charlie. I'm telling you.
No regard to the law.
No regards to the law whatsoever. And so of course there is that, and you see that haste.
Yeah.
To quickly get to Accra or get to their next destination, drop off passengers, and move to the next place. Is probably the cause of that, because if the person is a driver, he has to go and do sales at the end of the day to the car owner.
Yeah.
So he needs to do multiple trips to be able to make the money. Do I think that the ban was rushed? I wouldn't say yes or no. What I would say is, and I will ask a lot of questions because one, I like to find out if indeed any major stakeholder consultation was done, because per a lot of the commentary that I'm hearing from outside, the drivers and all of that are saying that there was no major stakeholder consultation done. And so even if a major stakeholder consultation was done, what roadmap was reached? Because whether we like it or not, the owners of these vehicles and the drivers of these vehicles are all stakeholders in that conversation that's going to lead up to whether we must ban or not ban. And so how was the engagement done, and what resolutions were reached during the engagement? These are questions that we must ask and find answers to. Aside that, the safety of people generally is also a matter of concern. And so irrespective of the fact that some consultations were not done and all of that, but if it's become clear that the vehicle in question and the purpose for which it's supposed to be used is not being used for the right purpose, and it ends up becoming a cause for a lot of the accidents that we are seeing on our streets today, then it definitely must be a matter of concern for whoever is responsible for the office in charge of road safety. And so if those people haven't conducted their research, and that's what the National Research Authority is saying, that they have done their research and they're speaking based on data available to them, that these cars are not cars that are meant for commercial long distance travel. They are family vehicles. So for instance, Randy, you get up, you have your family of about 6 or 7 or 8, and you want to go for some, from Ho to maybe Amejopa, that kind of thing. Some short family distances, or maybe it's a car that will take your kids to school, or the way WoezorTV is a car that will pick workers from Kaswa, Dodowa, and bring them to Abelenpe to come to work. If it's for such purposes, of course, this is a vehicle that you can use for that. Once it becomes a vehicle you're using for commercial purposes, which was not the original intended use of it, then it becomes a problem. Because what it means is that
what is commercial?
What it means is that commercial.
Because commercial, even with what you're saying, that from Ho to Amejope, or even let's say,
I'm saying family.
Yes.
So your family.
Okay, so that's private.
Yes, for private use, you and your family. You see, because how you would drive your private car, for private purpose, would differ from how the car will be driven for commercial purpose. Let's get that straight. Because once it becomes commercial, the frequency of use becomes more. I hope you're getting my point. And the way you abuse it becomes more. It is, for instance, if you have a donkey that is for your private ride, once in a while in your garden, you come and sit on your donkey and ride it within your garden. It's different from a donkey that you will use to plow your land. Because a donkey you will use to plow your land would work more than the donkey you will ride privately in your garden.
Yeah.
I hope you're getting the point.
Clear.
So it's basically the same analogy. So if the National Road Safety Authority is saying that for the safety of the Ghanaian populace and for you, the owner of the vehicle and the driver, do not use these vehicles for commercial long distance purposes. I only think that it is fair that we prioritize our safety as a people. We can still use these cars for commercial short distance trips.
Okay.
You travel to a city like New York City, and they even in Dubai, higher, and they have taxis that are 8-seater. Because there are times people travel in and they need a taxi that can accommodate more people. And you know, these are some of the cars that they fall on. Toyota has quite a number of them. Hyundai has quite a number of them. And the Vox is a Toyota product. You get it? So maybe commercial short distance travels within Accra and its enclave. So intra-city. From airport to Dodowa, Accra Central, Kaswa, you know, Medina, and Denta, you know, Amasaman, you know, those short distances. I think that it is fair. We should that's something we in instances like this, we must consider the safety of people and not necessarily our personal interest and the fact that we've made investments. In fact, during COVID, a lot of people made investments. But the moment it became a national and a global emergency, people had to succumb to a lot of the restrictions. People lost money. People lost their livelihoods. But we had to prioritize the safety of the people. So I think that the conversation really must be had proper. And then what we must also understand also is that in this country, you see, there are reasons why agencies and authorities and all of that are set up in the country to be able to regulate sectors and regulate a lot of activities within the country. And so if government takes it upon itself to set up these authorities and these agencies to do that work on behalf of government, and they come out with instructions and with directives, it's only prudent and better on our part as citizens who also have a responsibility. And part of the responsibility that we have as citizens is to obey and respect the laws of the country. And so these authorities and agencies are making these laws or giving these instructions based on the authority that they have that is taken from the law, the constitution of this country. And so if National Road Safety Authority comes out with a directive and you say you would not listen to the directive, and you say, I say laws work in this country. Until you find yourself in the boiling pot, you will never believe that the laws work in this country until you find yourself wanting. So I think that we must really sit down and have a proper engagement between the National Road Safety Authority, between the owners and the drivers of these vehicles, between the MTTD. I mean, the importers, you can't prevent them from importing.
Yeah, because why I mention the importers is because they also raise concerns about the fact that they have this fleet of vehicles in their garages.
That's what I'm saying.
This directive will curtail people from buying, and they run at a loss.
No, but the point is that, Randy, that's what I'm saying, that you can tell the people that you cannot use the car for commercial long distance travel.
But Karen, you know also that this short distance, whatever, they are even creating mess.
How?
It is recklessness. It is the drivers that are being silly.
On the long distance, yes. But my point is
because look, Glennon mentioned that he joined one yesterday. You see, you know where Glennon lives? From Medina to OEB. That's a very short distance. But the car was, I mean,
those cars actually
very reckless.
Now if your legs are sweet, you press.
So yourself, format Steven. Yeah, we'll give you one of those.
Steven is like his legs are sweet.
Hey Steven. Steven. Don't give him that car.
No, if the road is good and the car is good, you must enjoy.
But say that it is actually recklessness on the part of most of the drivers.
I agree.
Because this same car, there are people who have these cars for more than 5 years or 4 years.
So how do they drive them?
Gentle.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah. And that is probably because a lot of them are using it
for private purposes.
Exactly.
Okay.
What I'm saying, you get it. Even me, how I'll drive on a major highway when I'm traveling, and of course, is different from how I'll drive when I'm within the city. You get it? Because on a major highway, they give you 80 kilometers. And that one you are going. When you are in town, they say not more than 50. In some places, they say 30. Then you stick to that. The way some of these Voxy guys drive, it is beyond human imagination. That's why I say that they drive. But those guys, it's like those vans that were loading Accra Kumasi some time back. What's their name? Not the Ford ones. These Toyota Hayes ones. They have this name.
The Express.
Yes, the Express ones. So,
yes.
Charlie,
listed number.
The Voxy guys are more than those Express people.
Oh, really?
I'm telling you.
They have downgraded. It's them now.
So maybe in the same group of people who drove the Express now.
You understand that you see with the Voxy is a limited number of people. So, this one. And the other one, the latest one, the bigger ones. You know?
Oh, okay.
The one that's wider. You know, the reason why people would prefer the Voxy is because obviously it gets full quicker.
Yeah.
This one is a 14-seater plus driver 15.
Yeah.
It will take you time to fill this one. Voxy is about 6 or 8. 6-seater.
Yeah.
So within a few minutes, then they hit the road. Accra Kumasi 3 hours. They drop and they load again. You are stressing the car because they say the car is not meant for that. So National Safety Authority must find a way. DVLA also, of course, has a role to play. So it's either they put a hold on, registering these cars for commercial purposes, and stick to registering them for private family use. And then that's the only way MTTD would be able to check, because it means that once MTTD stops you on the way and you have.
But Karim, hold on. How are they going to do that? Okay, I mean. Because I wanted to give an example.
Okay.
One night we were coming back from UPSA. The police stopped us. Our driver, who was the big man, he was just being a good Samaritan to us. So he just picked us as
lift.
Yeah, he gave us lift. Okay. I'm just saying that in circumstances or situations where the driver tells you it's a private car, what happens? How do you know? I mean, that's my concern. How do you even know that there's a commercial vehicle? And there's a private vehicle. So
commercial and private is the registration. That's one. Not the registration. Commercial vehicles have a yellow plate.
Yeah.
Private vehicles have a white plate.
Yeah.
You understand? So that is one.
Charlie, that thing has changed though.
No, it's still
because you go to the station.
Commercial vehicles have
these vehicles, they don't have yellow number plates.
So that is the problem. So it means that even that's an offense in itself.
Yeah, because the ones I saw this morning have white number plates.
So it's an offense in itself that the owners registered these vehicles as private vehicles.
Cars.
But they're using them for commercial purposes.
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
So that in itself is an offense. Because how much you pay to register a commercial vehicle differs from how much you pay to register a private vehicle.
Yeah.
And then if it's commercial, there are some rates and some levies that you have to pay to some of the assemblies and all of that.
Yeah.
So if you're not paying these things, that in itself is an offense.
Yeah.
And so you can be taken on. Now imagine that you're on the road. You are doing Accra to Kumasi. There are a number of checkpoints. So if I'm a police officer and I stop you in Suhu and you tell me that, maybe answer one higher, or you're just doing a family.
Just like how Nana narrated.
No problem. All I need to do is call the barrier at Asankari and say that
there is this vehicle.
Or that and say there's this vehicle that has just passed here that's told us that he's dropping people off at if he gets to your checkpoint, stop him and arrest him.
How productive can that be?
So it depends on the efficiency of MTTD.
And that's number one, because already we know the lapses in that space.
No, right now, has told us that they won't take bribe.
Oh, stop. Okay, well, if we are intentional, we can do it.
Yeah,
that I agree.
So if we're intentional about it, Randy, we can check all of these things. Also, another thing that, of course, we've not been able to work on properly in our part of the world is, of course, especially on our highways and getting outskirts of Accra, is that we've not been able to install a lot of the cameras that are able to track these vehicles. Because if we're able to do that, then we could track a lot of these vehicles on the road when they apply on the highway. So you can tell. You're able to detect that it's gone beyond where it's supposed to go. You get it? And you check all of that. So all of these are things that we must look at. And then hopefully we'll be able to find a resolution to it. But I think that we must do good by ourselves. We must be honest people. And we must prioritize the safety of the people who bought these vehicles. Not everything must be about the money and the profits that we make, but what really is the safety of the people that ply these roads. We must look at it. We are in Accra and people have issues, with transportation and all of that. We are waiting for government to come in through an extra 100 buses. Maybe we can start using some of these vehicles within the city. Give the trotro guys some good competition. Nipa 8, for Accra, Medina. Then you drop off. If you are loading Accra, Medina, you make some good money. Because I'm sure people will be willing to pay a little extra. You get it? Just because you load faster, you might have some good air condition in your car, and you can easily navigate, get to the next stop, do some quick U-turn, pick the next group of people, and bring them into it. I mean, all of these are options that can be explored, but we must do better. Road safety should sit with these guys again. They should engage, find a resolution, because I'm not happy about how I listened to some of the interviews granted by some of the people, and I was not excited about the words were very unprintable, saying things like the directive is bogus, it makes no sense. I mean, Charlie, come on, bro. You don't. All right.
So like proper stakeholders engagement, as you all mentioned. But there is a message here. Without placing a call to the next checkpoint, we can have a model just like the DV car logging system, where this car will have a check or marking book. So like how your car has a DV, right? Yeah. So the logbook, but again, that also has some sort of inaccuracy sometimes. You guys lie.
Logbook, no, they lie.
You lie. You also lie.
I don't lie.
You lie.
I don't lie. I think I'm one of the people who fills my logbook very accurately.
We forgot one man who also drives like what's the name? Commando. Commando is also like that.
He's an operations guy.
But the way Commando also drives. Have you ever sat in his car? I forgot to mention his name.
He's an operations guy.
So he needs to be fast.
You understand? Because he has to deliver. You get it. So you must understand. So this, like I said, you see, as for the logbook, people can put anything in there. But you see, another thing that we can use to check is if we have the towing system in place. Because that also becomes a mechanism for you to easily check. Because the vehicle would pass a number of toll booths to get to its destination. And so if you say you are going to Suhum, we meet you at Pokwasi, say you are going to Suhum, and before we realize you've crossed that toll booth, that's just a way to throw.
Okay.
You understand?
And that's to the detriment of the passengers, or we forget about them.
Yeah.
Because there is that directive. Stay away from these cars.
Yeah. So if anything happens to you, you're on your own.
Okay.
But then again, if we are talking about the whole scenario I did with the transport routes, right? What if they want to behave like the typical Accra drivers? Who say will be loading from Ayi Mensa? They will load Madina. When they get there, they'll shout Accra, or maybe Circle. Okay? They'll load to Circle, get to Circle, like, oh, Accra. So what if you met him at Amasama and said, oh, I'm going to Nsawam? From his I started, Munsu Eninem. Okay? You meet him from there to say, oh, Nkoko. He's just, moving forward.
He's playing smart.
But with different passengers now. What about that one?
Well, that's also another challenge, though, because as for the honesty, but we can't say everything is going to be 100%.
Right.
There will still be some loopholes in the system. Even with the current system that we have for all other vehicles, people still outwit the system one way or the other. But we need to start from somewhere, because the concern is that the people who this car, I hate to use the car as the major issue, because it is humans that sit behind the steering wheel that control it. So when you are reckless, of course the car will give you trouble. So I would want to move away from using the car. But the point again is, the people we hand over these vehicles to, are they well qualified to drive commercial vehicles? Are they well qualified? Karim, I don't know if this car qualifies to be a saloon car, or I don't know, or whether it's more like it's a cross country.
More like this is not a cross country. This is more like a sedan.
Okay. Yeah. So licenses, come with what kind of vehicle you have to use, and some age brackets also comes with it. You have an 18 or 21-year-old who is driving a V8 or a Land Cruiser in town here and there. So it's a concern that we should also take a look at. So I think the stakeholders, as Karim mentioned, ought to come back to the drawing table, the discussion table, and look for a proper way out on this particular issue. I mean, so that we can have an amicable way of resolving.
And another thing one must even be concerned about is the fact that are these cars insured comprehensively, or is third-party insurance?
But that's the discretion of the owner.
No, but you see, you must ensure that, especially if it is a commercial vehicle, you must do well to make sure that it is comprehensively insured.
Okay.
So that you're safeguarding the lives of the owner, the driver, the passengers, and the vehicle in itself. Because the moment it's comprehensive, it means that in the likelihood that there is an accident, there's coverage for everybody in the vehicle. Even if people die, there is enough to cover for these people. If you don't insure comprehensively and you do third party, and there's an accident, we'll be aboka. I hope you're getting my point. One of these days we must have some conversation on insurance. You know, in recent time there's been this convo about the finance ministry directing all SOEs to get the insurance done with the state insurance company. One of these days we must have some proper conversation about insurance and why it's important, and why that directive from the finance ministry is also extremely important.
Okay, guys, let's do something quickly before we even go on our break. Now, and I'll throw that to you as well. You are the Nufiala in the house. What is happening? GES recruitment. Then people are angry. People are asking questions. What exactly is the situation?
GES recruitment. Let me start from the top.
Start. Should we give you water?
Oh, I have water.
Okay.
So let's start. We were here, and the Minister for Education held a press conference. He addressed a number of things and then mentioned that the government is about to recruit 7,000 teachers to fill in the gaps, and they will be posted to the underserved districts that need teachers, right? And so the portal will be opened. Now, he made mention of the badges 2023, 2024, 2025. Now, the 2025 people, they've not started their national service. So technically, they can't be a part of it, right? So let's look at it here. The main badges here are the 2023 badges and 2024 badges. We have people in 2022 badge who have failed their, so they failed their licensure exams, maybe a paper or two, and had to write again, and so they couldn't apply when their colleagues were applying. Or some of them, maybe the time they decided to apply, the places they wanted, the regions they wanted had been occupied already, right? And so they decided to wait for the next one.
So there was a backlog.
There's a backlog
from 2022.
Even 2021.
Wow.
Because I have a senior who failed his licensure in 2021 and he's struggling to get into this recruitment too. Okay? So backlog from 2021, backlog from 2022, 2023 year group, 2024 year group. Now, mind you, that the people that were employed, were recruited in 2022, have worked, I don't know if they've been paid now, but the last time they striked, they had worked for 14 months without pay.
1 year, 2 months.
Without pay. Because they were employed without financial clearance. And they've been there, going to school.
But that was done under the previous administration.
Previous administration, not this administration. Okay. And now, 3 badges, 2 badges, and some backlog from 2 years or more are going to struggle.
For this 7,000 slots.
7,000. Now, mind you, what I'm talking about is just for the colleges of education students.
Yeah.
And across the country, we have 46 colleges of education. Now, people go to the university to study education. And they also finish up and come and write licensure exams because they want to teach. And so these people too are going to be part of the lots going to fight for 7,000. Tell me why people have been doing all nights on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday because the portal was about to be open and they need to apply. And mind you, the people, I didn't attempt to even go and open the portal.
Okay.
But discussions going on in the groups, you can't even do a correction. So if, say this section say upload your NTC certificate, and you go and upload your NTC result slip, you can't go back and come and edit. So you are disqualified, you are going. You know, if a friend made a comment that they maybe tell you that your certificate is not colored, so because of that, they'll disqualify you. Right? The people are many, and the slots there are very, very limited. And so, Me, I'm tempted to say they are using elimination by rough status. So you do knockba, you are taking out. You do knockba, right? And apparently, they said they're supposed to close the portal when application hits 12,000. So now it has come down. So amongst the lot, it has come down to 12,000. Going to fight for 7,000.
So in all, we have space for just 7,000.
7,000.
But the applicants are more than that 7,000.
Way more.
Because
way
the backlog
more,
you're talking about spans from 2021 all the way to
all the way to 2024.
Okay.
Way more. And so now.
But what exactly is the challenge? Is it with the accessibility to the portal or the requirements?
So the requirements are things that we have. So your certificate, your NTC certificate, your NTC result slip, your birth certificate, your what else? There's something more, national service certificate, okay? And no. And I think a few others. So your CV too. You add your CV too to it. And so these are things that you should have at your disposal. If you are really ready to be recruited, you have done national service, you should. And for the 2024 batch, national service made provision for the e-certificate.
Okay.
And so you can just upload that instead of maybe getting the hard copy and scanning. So if you had written the NTC exams, you should have scanned or printed out your certificate and everything, scanned it down already. You are graduated, so those things should be ready. Your CV should be something that if you are, it's wanted, you can just by snap of finger get it. But the problem here is the portal now, because people were awake, like waiting for the portal to be open, and then just within moments, like mind you, they said this was going to last from 10th of this month to the 17th.
Okay, and today's
today's
14th,
and the 12,000 is already
so in 3 days time the portal will officially be closed.
The portal, you can't even access it, my brother.
Okay, Karim, what would you say actually could be the problem with this? I mean, mind you, we're trying to speak to the PRO of GES. If we are able to get him through, of course we'll put these questions to him, but we'll also activate the phone lines for you watching, so you share your experiences with us as well. It is just right that we draw the attention of the key stakeholders to this important issue. Karim.
I think that it's a generational challenge, Randy, and we must find lasting solutions to it. It's a generational challenge because we have always had instances where people go to school trained to become teachers, and when they are done with the training, they have to come and stay at home for a number of years, a number of months before they are finally employed to go and work. Now, for most of these teachers, in reality, when you even give them work and you post them to, of course, some of the communities where they're supposed to go and work, a lot of them leave and come back to the cities and the towns, leaving the rural communities. And also, let's not lose sight of the fact that the money to pay in itself is another problem. And so if the government says they're opening a portal and the government can only recruit 7,000 teachers, when there's an actual need for more than 7,000 teachers, it should raise a lot of questions, and we must all be concerned that in reality, what happens to the rest of them who are seated at home? Is it their fault? No. Can we blame the education ministry? No. Can we blame the government? No. Because it is a collective problem and we must fix that problem together. You see, we have been known to be doing a lot of free. And in doing a lot of that free, we have not been able to properly find the right funding for our education as a country. We can say that, oh, we have money to, but we still have not been able to find the funding proper for our education. And that is where our biggest challenge lies. And that's why we are facing all of these challenges. Because in reality, you don't even have the classrooms to accommodate a lot of our teachers to start with. Where the need exists, when we post a lot of our teachers, they don't go. So there are people who are probably on government payroll who are not doing any work whatsoever. and they're denying other people the opportunity to go in there and to teach and to work. We must also ask ourselves that a lot of these people that we are churning out as teachers in this country, how passionate are they about the profession? Is it something that they really love and want to do? Or is something that they are doing to buy time, or while away time until a better offer comes for them to jump onto it? How much do we even pay our teachers? There's also another question that we must...
Take that again.
How much do we pay our teachers?
Take it again.
How much do we pay our teachers? And what are the conditions under which they work? So, Randy, it's an all-encompassing issue that we must really, as a country, sit down and reflect on it and be intentional about it. That why must a critical workforce of this country have to go through the challenges that they go through just to be able to educate the next generation? If not for anything at all, you cannot tell me that there is nobody in this country that has been through a classroom, that is serving in the highest, in whatever rank in this country, that has not gone through the hands of a teacher. And we have all experienced a teacher before. But why should our teachers be part of the poorest group of people in our country? And look, it's a very unfortunate phenomenon. And I ask myself that just imagine what could happen if we're able to curb corruption and pump the money that every year we lose as a result of corruption into education sector. Just imagine the number of teachers we'll be recruiting. Just imagine the number of classrooms we'll be putting up and the number of students who will stand to benefit from good quality education. So it's unfortunate, the challenges that we are faced with. And as I mentioned, I would not want to throw any blame to anybody. As I mentioned, it's a generational long challenge. It's something that has been with us not today. And, you know, the education minister, since he assumed office, has tried his best. He's done some really good stuff. He's pushed for the recruitment to happen. He's cleared quite a number of backlogs. He's paid a number of arrears and allowances that were not paid in the past and salaries that were not paid in the past. He's tried his possible best to rectify a lot of the issues within the sector. And I have no doubt that this recent challenge with the portal was also one that would definitely find, you know, a place to rest. I'm told it's a new portal. And so, of course, these things, you know, they come with their own challenges, especially if you are trying them out for the first time. And so I'm sure that after this phase, those who will come up next to do the next one, they would have rectified all of those issues. Until you try the thing and realize what issues it has, you cannot fix it.
Okay, so Lan.
I mean, it's technology. There is no technological solution that works 100% from the beginning. And so I'm sure that all of these challenges with the portal, those concerns that are being raised would have reached their quarters by now, and they would be working to resolve them. So let's give time some time.
But Karim and Karen, how was it done in the past? Because I know that, and the reason a lot of people even entered the TT, as we usually call, I mean the training, teacher training colleges, is that you know there is an automatic job available for you, an available job for you. That right after the teachers training college, I mean, then they didn't even have national service. More like an how do we call it? Is it an out program? Out program. Yes, off-campus program. So right after that, you automatically get where you prefer to teach, maybe the district or the region. You might not necessarily get that particular school. But how did they do it? Why are we having the challenge now?
Let me explain. So now, before the NDC left office in 2016, one of the things that the NDC wanted to do was to, of course, put a halt on the payment of the teacher training allowance. And divert that money into the construction of more infrastructure. So more schools, more classrooms. So that by the time you're done with your training college, you have automatic posting, like it was done in the past. So it's going to continue to go and teach, and then you know that your job is secured. Then the NDC left office in 2017, and because the MPP promised that they were going to pay the allowances.
But also, just so you add to it, also the other idea or the plan was that it would give more room for people to be
exactly. So more room for you to go in. That's what I'm saying. The expansion. So more classroom. Have a job ready. You have more people going into the teacher training colleges. You can convert them to universities, so you get a degree when you're done instead of the diploma like it used to be in the past, right? And then also you are migrated onto the student loan scheme, so you can also take a student loan just like any other university student. And when you start working, you start paying back. And because they even have automatic job placement, paying back becomes easier. Then the NDC left office. And because the MPP promised that they were going to pay the allowances, they capped the number of people that could be admitted into training colleges. That was one of the first things that they did. And when they did that and knew that they could not provide the jobs immediately, they introduced a licensure exam. These were all measures. And they also introduced a national service, automatic national service. So you finish, you go and do national service, then you write licensure exam. All of these were more like barricades or some sort of stops they were putting in place just to ensure that that automatic posting is carried, because you don't have the infrastructure. So where do you put them? You get it? So these were the things that happened. These are some of the lies, and very skillful ways that the erstwhile administration used to stop the automatic posting of teachers. That is what we have come to meet today, and we are grappling with and dealing with. But I'm sure that in due course, some of these things would be re-looked at and re-worked on. But just imagine that the plan or the position of the NDC then had gone through. I'm sure that we won't be having these issues, and teachers will still be getting their automatic postings. But as I mentioned, Randy, we must really start re-looking at a lot of things, including the allowances and all of that, and pump those monies into other places. I think it would do us a lot of good as a country. The challenge is that a lot of our politicians or the political class have played a lot of politics with the teacher allowance thing, both the NDC and NPP. And I think that it's high time that both political parties sat down and agreed that, look, let's put an end to the payment of these allowances. We would both agree, and we will both not use it as a campaign tool against each other. That is the only way we can get past this thing. Because if not, we will continue using allowances as a tool. And the more we continue to pay these allowances, the more we are unable to expand infrastructure. And that becomes a challenge. And then you cannot employ more teachers. And the same applies to nurses as well. So it's a big issue, and we must really make time to sit down and discuss it dispassionately and reach a consensus that would be beneficial to the future of this country. A lot of the partisanship along the education is not
too much.
Yeah, it's just not exciting.
I know, talking about the infrastructure thing, even in the midst of all this quota system the erstwhile administration introduced and the payment of allowance and all, it interests you to know that my alma mater, Accra College of Education, still struggles with infrastructure.
Look at that.
Randy, if school is reopening today, Tuesday, and you don't come somewhere on Friday or Saturday, just know that where you sleep will be a very, very, very big thing for you. Because when I got to Accra College of Education, I was told, when I was coming from my perspective, that was the thing I was told, that you're supposed to report on a set day or on a Monday. If you don't come and you don't get any place in the dormitory, don't blame anybody. And it interests you to know that the dormitories were full, and they converted, so and then the vice principal wasn't living on campus, and so her residence was converted to a dormitory.
Interesting.
As at the time I was leaving Accra College of Education, a whole classroom block has been converted into a dormitory. The quota system was still there, reducing the number of people that come to school. But still, we weren't having places for the people to be. Now, it's interesting to know that when you get there now, a whole home economics block and a whole science lab, and I think one old ICT lab, has been converted into a dormitory.
So the quota system didn't work?
The quota system is still very, very stringent, like very, very stiff. But then see, even where we are, before the quota system was introduced, we are not going. And so classes, even now that they are running the whole, all batches on campus, going to classes some way. People use the school's auditorium for classrooms. Now, as lecture halls. Why?
It's interesting. Oh.
Why?
It's interesting. Karim mentioned that, look, if the money that we lose to corruption can be channeled into some of these things.
Honestly.
Because the fact is, we need the teachers.
Lots of them.
There are districts where you go to schools, there are no teachers.
Let me not even cut you. I have a senior from Accra College of Education. He's called Maoli Fiano. He was part of the 2022 batch. And was posted to an island community in the OT region.
Okay, now,
and the only two teachers.
Hold on a second. Hold on to that thought. So we don't lose the PRO for GS. Sure. Daniel Venyi is the PRO for the Ghana Education Services. Join us by phone. Daniel, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you too?
I'm fine. I mean, yesterday we spoke about you. We mentioned that you might probably be the most busiest person in Ghana currently. I mean, what is the situation? Where is the challenge with the recruitment coming from?
All right, indeed. Let me thank you for the opportunity and say a very good morning to our listeners and then our viewers. In fact, I'm proud to the recruitment exercise. The Honorable Minister for Education himself had organized a press conference. And in the press conference, he made some information quite clearly to the public. The first one is that clearance had been received for the recruitment of 7,000 teachers. Indeed, as a new administration, we had come to meet some backlog from the universities, people from the universities who had trained professionally as teachers, and then people graduates from the colleges of education, talking of the 2023, 2024, and then we also came to meet the 2025 year groups. And so we came to meet these prospective teachers who were awaiting that they are recruited. Ministry of Education negotiated strongly with the Ministry of Finance. You know, for some of these exercises, they bother so much on the financial space of the nation. And so negotiations needed to be had with the Ministry of Finance. The outcome of the negotiation was that looking at the financial space of the country, looking at the economic picture that we face, the nation could make space for 7,000 prospective teachers to be taken.
Okay.
And the Minister for Education announced that in the press conference. So that's the first one. The second one is that the minister also picked the lessons from the recent recruitment exercise conducted by the security agencies. And we saw how it turned out. A lot of controversies, a lot of concerns, a lot of issues that came up. We learned that over 300,000 to 500,000 people had applied. Meanwhile, the space was quite limited. And so a lot of grievances, several concerns and all that. So the minister was clear in his mind that when the portal is opened for the recruitment of the 7,000, we give room for everyone to apply. However, he feels that when we receive applications up to 12,000, he thinks that we shouldn't take more.
Okay.
Because if we take more, then we are merely going to repeat the lessons or the issues that came up from the security recruitment.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so he believes that at around 12,000, we should cap it and rather assure those who couldn't get through that in the next opening, they will be considered. We feel that in that case, the grievances, the concerns, the issues that normally come up when the 500,000s and the 600,000s of people apply may be reduced.
Okay.
We also announced that the recruitment will start on the 10th of April, which is last week Friday. And so, having been guided, ministry is at the policy level. When they are done, Ghana Education Service, we take it up and do the operational work because we are the more or less operational arm of the ministry.
Okay.
And so, being guided by the statement the ministry made, and these are statements that were made in public, so there's nothing like something secret happening or something happening be on the blind side of people and all that. These are statements the minister made weeks before the exercise, and we were merely guided by the statement. So on the 10th, which is Friday, indeed the portal was opened. This year, the difference was that we brought out the various categorizations and specializations very clearly in the portal. So, for example, we brought out categorizations like early grade, primary, JHS. Even with the JHS, where there are some specializations, we went on to emphasize that mathematics, social studies, English, and all the various subjects. And so, if you are an applicant, you would have your special portal to apply through. So if you are an early grade person, you have that portal or opening so that you do apply just as the other grade levels and other specializations. Indeed, after the exercise, the exercise is still ongoing, but one of the concerns we have currently gotten is that some of the specializations and some of the grade levels were full just some hours after the opening was done. Because, of course, if you pick a subject area or a grade level where there are a lot of graduates or there are a lot of interests, you will find that those grade levels were full quite earlier. But all in all those concerns have been taken. All those concerns have been listened to. Except to say that just yesterday, we had a reason to issue a press statement to guide the public that as Ghana Education Service, we are not taking monies from anyone. The process is merit-based. The process is for the public. The process is for applicants. We absolutely have no special interest in the exercise. If there must be an interest from Ghana Education Service, it is that there are vacancies in various schools across the country, and we want to fill those vacancies so students will have or pupils will have access to teachers. Indeed, our special focus area was the deprived areas and the deprived communities.
Okay.
Because even before the exercise, we had engaged all the district directorate and the regional directorate to give us some of the deprived areas that lacked teachers. And we collected all those data. And so we are going to be guided even from the application process and right from the recruitment, the engagement, appointment of applicants. We are guided by making sure that these deprived areas have gotten a very fair share of the distribution of these teachers. And I think at the moment, this is where we are now. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very well. I mean, you've just given us a holistic outlook of what the whole process has been like. But Daniel, you also agree with me that there seem to be lots of challenges. One that even my colleague Nam mentioned is that accessibility to the portal has been a major concern or a major problem. What is really accounting for that?
Indeed, for the concerns we have received so far, the issue relating to accessibility I've had to deal with the fact that when people log on to the various specialization areas or grade levels, they receive a feedback that the maximum number or the maximum capacity has been raised.
Yeah.
So far,
Okay.
that's the dominant concern
Okay.
that has come up.
Okay.
And as I rightly explained, we know that some subject areas, some grade levels, some specializations have a good number of interests and a good number of applicants. And having been guided by the ministers, believe that we shouldn't expose people to vulnerability, and so we should rather cap it at around 12,000. Having been guided by that, we thought that if we have the number of applicants for, say, early grade or primary education, and the number has reached the maximum we are expecting, then people who come later may find it difficult or may not be able at all to apply. So at the moment, it appears the significant amount of the concern has been that people believe that 12,000 cap rather makes it almost impossible for the many other people to apply.
Okay.
And it appears the school of thought has been that why don't you open up for all the whatever number, 200,000, 300,000, why don't you open it up for all of them to apply and all that? But as I mentioned, taking lessons from the security recruitment, we believe that if we do that, in fact, just yesterday, we had hints and indications that some unscrupulous people are taking advantage of the vulnerability of some of the applicants, and now they're already going about charging monies. And people are paying, people are tempted to pay because they believe that if they pay, they will get the appointment. Now, this is even with the 12,000. Imagine 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 people, and the number of people who will be exposed to such unscrupulous or criminal activities in the system. So I honestly believe, from where I sit, that some of these initiatives came from a very genuine place to protect applicants and to protect prospective teachers. We know how people can feel frustrated and desperate when it comes to employment, and how some of them can go every length to secure employment. And we know how some unscrupulous people can take advantage of that desperation to deceive and to charge monies. And so we're guided by that genuinely, very genuinely, to ensure that whilst we are taking in teachers, they are also protected from criminal activities.
Okay, yes. Very well. Daniel, finally, before I let you go, yes, in as much as the ministry, together with the government in its entirety, are trying so hard to ensure that people are posted, the backlog is still huge. After this particular exercise, are we expecting any in the year 2026?
Yes, we expect, in fact, a journey of 1,000 miles, they say, begins with one step. This opening is an indication that we are dealing with a government who is committed to the people, especially the young and the youth in the country, who is committed to providing job opportunities to the people. I mean, the opening of this 7,000 gives hope that, if he has started, then that is an indication that we should expect even more. That is way better than the government who decides that they won't recruit at all. So yes, I can give you the assurance that more of such openings will come. In fact, already the president has committed himself to the fact that these exercises will continue to happen. We are not blinded at all by the fact that we need teachers in our system. You know, a lot of these applicants think that they need the Ghana Education Service or they need the government because they need jobs to get salaries and survive. But I tell you, Ghana Education Service, we even need them more than they need us. Because genuinely, there are vacant areas, there are places we need teachers to be and teach. We need people to engage our students, or we need teachers to engage our students. And so we need the teachers as much as they need us. And so the desperation from the end of the applicants is the same as the desperation from we, the Ghana Education Service officers. In fact, if we had our way, we would have taken everybody at a go so that we don't even have the issue of a section have been employed and we are waiting for another section to come. We wish that everyone would have been engaged. But as I mentioned, you would agree with me that whilst we need teachers in the system, we are also looking at the fiscal space, the economic situation. Government is building hospitals. Government is building schools, constructing road. We talked of the big push for so many weeks now. Government is committed to so many other projects. And so you may not be fortunate enough to have the government invest all the national resources into you only as Ghana Education Service. So it's like the national cake. Every agency is getting a fair share of the national cake bit by bit, so that at the end of the day, every sector would be satisfied. And that's what we are doing. So we expect that this will not be the only opening, but there will be more and more openings coming. Of course, the ministry will also continue to negotiate with the Ministry of Finance, and Ghana Education Service will continue to engage with the Ministry of Finance. And immediately there are gaps in the system, financial openings, quickly we will push in and get the clearance to recruit our people.
Very well. Daniel, thank you. Thank you so much for the clarification this morning. When there is a latest update, most definitely we'll reach out to you on that as well.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Very well. Viewers, there you heard the man who speaks for the Ghana Education Service, Daniel Fenyi, clarifying all that you need to know. But I think we would have to listen to a few people out there who have tried, applying. But we'll take a quick break. When we return, we do that briefly before the other segments as well. This is the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. Stay with us. There is more after the break.
Changing, so should you. If you're dreaming, don't be afraid. And in the valleys, keep your head up high. Dare to dream with Puma drinks. Puma, Puma. Yeah, believe it, you can achieve. Puma, Puma. Oh yeah, clap your hands for the whole new vibe. Make we set the Puma. Oh yeah, come alive. Puma, Puma. Let me hear you.
Puma drinks, a whole new vibe. Another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advert is FDA approved.
So welcome back. Thank you for staying with us here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. Now I just think that it's right we answer some calls, right? Yes. But you heard Daniel, Karim, you also heard Daniel. But let's just announce the phone lines quickly. We'll pick some 5 calls and then we'll wrap it up. Let's hear from you. 055 269 7939 055 269 7939. If you have tried this whole recruitment thing, what has been the challenge, what has been the experience with you, share with us so that we can draw the attention of the key stakeholders. I mean, we listened to Daniel Fenya as well. But Karen, I'm surprised that we have over 100. Did he say 100,000?
200,000.
Why? We weren't recruiting.
It is what it is. Yes, at a point.
It's serious. So what happens to all these people? And it's the same thing with even the nurses. So if you look at the two sectors, you're having a very heavy number where it comes to unemployment in that bracket.
Yeah.
I don't know, but are you satisfied with Daniel's reactions?
From where I sit, I'll say let's take it one day at a time, as he said, because for these 7,000, there's been financial clearance for them. That means that when they start working, within a short period, they are going to get their salaries, right? It's not going to be like our seniors who worked for
14 months.
14 months and still weren't paid.
Okay. There is the first caller. Hello,
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, please, your name and where are you calling us from?
Oh, I'm Richard, calling from my right now.
Okay, Richard, let's hear you.
Okay. This is something that worries us a lot. It worries us a lot. In fact, we open portal around now, and some of us, the area is very sensitive. And the portal started working effectively around 1 something when my friend who was able to access it for me. And that time in the night, with Okada driver open to the town for you to be able to have the correct internet and do what? And access the portal. So I waited until the day break. Then I'll move to the town. Before I reach the town, I reach the facility after the portal. They say the portal
is closed.
That imagine the Trump.
Oh.
It's very, very serious. And I waited from 2020 that I completed the message. So now, then your mom will call you and ask you, were you able to do it? So I couldn't do it. That old woman. Bring everything that could be open the people this water. So it's very close. Even go to next step, I'm even thinking of how to do my life because only I'm thinking about it.
Okay, Richard.
It's very serious.
Yeah, very. Okay, Richard, thank you. Just like you. All right, so just like Richard, let's hear from somebody else as well. Richard's case is quite unfortunate. He mentioned that since 2020, right? And Charlie, it's very unfortunate, though. Very, very. But how about running shift for the teachers? Oh, the issue is not about the getting space. There are spaces, but it's about the financial obligation, right? Yes. If I get it clear, that is. And
another one too is. Then I was talking to somebody. I was like, "Ask you people the recruitment. They have opened the portal and everybody wants to be posted. Blah 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 blah. If they post you to dry ending right now, you will say you don't like."
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Boss, your name and where are you calling us from?
Please, I am Ibrahim Mahmoud from Tamale.
Okay, Ibrahim, let's hear you.
Yes, please, I'm also one of the things. I just graduated. Teacher training. Then I've realized that during our service, most of the schools, even within the so-called urban centers, they didn't have teachers. Even after service, we have to go back and help them. Then at the end of everything, these places, teachers are not going to be posted there. Even the rural areas we are talking about, you go there, there are some schools you go, there are just 2 or 3 teachers there. and of which some of them didn't even go, then I think this number is too small. It's too small.
Okay.
Even taking about to complete in 2023, about 13,000. We those who completed in 2024, about 18,000 plus. So this number is too small. Please, challenge our complaints to the authority. Let them hear us.
Okay.
We are struggling. The children are also struggling.
Okay.
So if I should leave it, then go to find a different thing. Tomorrow, when they come out of the school, what they are going to learn, they won't learn anything.
Okay.
I don't know whether you understand.
All right, Ibrahim, thank you. Very, very well noted. I mean, yes. I think I underestimated the numbers earlier.
Sure.
But I'm listening to 18,000, 16,000, 15,000. So if that is just a year, and we're talking about backlog of, say, from 2021, like you mentioned. No, Ibrahim even mentioned that the other guy belongs to the 2020 group.
Yeah.
So for about 5 years or 6 years.
2020.
Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, please, your name and where you calling us from?
Please, I'm Steven calling from Chuvupraso.
Okay, let's hear you.
I want you to clarify something for me. Right now, they say they are recruiting 7,000 teachers.
Yeah.
And I want to know those who are able to access the portal and register.
Okay.
I think there will be more than 7,000. So what criteria are they going to use in selecting the 7,000 they are saying?
Okay. All right. Very well. Point well noted. I think Daniel should have been on to answer that question. But we know that they have made room for 7,000 recruitments to be done. As for the criteria, as now mentioned, the basic documents that you need to attach to the application, your certificates, your NTC, what again, your licensure results, blah blah blah. All those basic ones, as a graduate. So those are the very basic requirements that they need. As for criteria, I don't really know what that means, but all the same. There is another caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Please, your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm Dennis. Bantam.
Okay, Dennis, let's hear you.
Yeah, the portal is only open for just 7 hours, and I still don't understand why a portal should be open for just 7 hours activity.
Okay.
If you're looking at the backlog that the NDC have faced since last year, it's too outrageous that you only employ only 7,000. When let's assume that if the 2023 matches and the 2024 matches are still at home, it implies that other university graduates who are also applying. So the automatic posting is cancelled. Yes, it's cancelled because NCP never left the backlog on record.
Oh, okay.
So the NDC need to create an expression that they are known for creating backlog.
Okay. Very
yes.
Well. Okay. Very well. Point well noted. Thank you. I think we can answer the last call. You want us to do more? Okay. But let's seek permission from the producer, maybe. Because Godfred is ready with sports. Black Stars, I think we have a new coach, right? What's the name? Is it Quiros or say?
Right, there's a caller. Hello.
Hello, it's Mr. Bugis
Right,
from Tamale.
Let's hear you, sir.
Yeah. So I think this they should have considered the 2023 trained teachers, 2024 trained teachers. When that is done and there is space, then they will look at the rest gradually. But I would like to have the number of the other gentleman, the one in brown also.
Okay, Karim.
Please.
Karim, yeah. He's your countryman, so he will reach out. Desiba.
Nah, thank you.
Alhamdulillah,
thank you. I would like to have your contact.
No problem.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you. I understood all that you said. Yeah, that's what a deciba there. You know, at the point I was saying Dasiba. I said that to somebody, was like, what is Dasiba?
Dasiba.
Anyway, so Karen, we need to pick 2 more calls and we end it.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 more calls.
Hello.
Oh. Thank you. Please, we beg you, when you call, kindly lower the volume on your TV set or just walk a little bit away from it so that we can hear you. There are a lot of people waiting online to join the conversation. So please, so that we give time to other people. Let's just be snappy, straight to the point. Do you have a caller? Okay, we don't. Anyway, I think we need to just end it. It's a conversation that we can have all throughout as well.
Yes,
Very
but
good.
Ronnie, before we go, Ronnie made a contribution to Karim's talk on the allowances. So let me read. He says, my question is, why student allowance? He said the student allowances were introduced as an incentive to boost enrollment in the various teacher training institutions. I believe those objectives have now been met. Therefore, why don't we discontinue the allowances and switch to student loans? To be honest, the number of applicants continues to rise, yet we lack the infrastructure to accommodate them after completion. And he's citing an example that, for instance, in his former College of Education, Offenso College of Education, admissions drastically reduced from 500 to 200 as of 2022. The decline occurred because of increasing number of students who couldn't pay, who would make the payment the payment of allowances were not there, right? So my simple message this morning to the Ministry of Education is colleges of education need reform. Let's reform the allowance system and replace it with student loan. This will create opportunities for more applicants to gain admission, and it will save billions of cedis, which can be used to construct school buildings and facilitate automatic posting. And he says he greets Karim and Karim. Yes.
We greet you too.
Ronnie, he is now the special aide to the Ifija Kwabre North DCE.
So he's not going to the classroom. So he is sorted. He is sorted. So he's not going back to the classroom. But that's fine. But salient point. I mean, so that's how come some of us, questioned the idea of sticking to the student, not student loan. What's the word? The allowance. You get it. The allowance. But all the same, I'm sure the president or the government in their own wisdom would find a better way or an amicable way of resolving the issues. Charlie, the backlog is too much. Imagine the frustration, the depression a lot of these young people would have to go through for 4 years without employment. It's not as if they've not gone to school. Some even completed with the best of grades. We beg, there should be a better way of doing this. Very soon we'll start hearing from the nurses as well. But it's a gradual process. It's like that. Once it's the teachers, they have started, right? Oh, okay. So let's see.
I think they have limited to a certain
number or year.
Yes, certain year.
Oh, okay. So if it is 2020, they are dealing with just 2020. But in GES's case, they are doing it in for all the year groups.
Because they know that. So for GES, now if you are looking at it very well, 2023 year group and 2024 year group have not gotten any recruitment at all. But from the earlier years, they've been recruited. I mean, for some people, because of maybe they failed licensure exams or they couldn't meet some requirements, they weren't able to get the posting. Do you understand?
Right. Let's
but for the nurses, you know that definitely there's going to be a cut on a certain number. They can't just take everybody applying like that.
Well, let's see. We trust the process, hoping that the government will put some measures in place to ensure that they absorb everyone before the end of the 4-year tenure. But on that note, we'll take a quick break, and then when we regroup, Zizu joins us with the latest update in the world of sports. Tonight is UEFA Champions League, and I'm jumping the gun, right? We are here to celebrate birthdays and also newspaper, right? Okay, all right. Forgive me. We'll take a break. There is more after that.
we can be the generation that ends it for good.
Malaria must die, so millions can live.
You're welcome back to the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe, and it's time to celebrate some amazing personalities this morning here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. So if you're celebrating your birthday today, happy birthday to you. April 14, 2026. Cheers to a beautiful year, an amazing year. Let's get into our list of celebrants pretty quick and see who we are celebrating this morning. Okay, so let's do a belated happy birthday to our very own Samuel Median Combat. He is a public health specialist, and if you've been following our health conversations, you know this is a known face here on WoezorTV. So yeah, belated happy birthday to you, sir. And may this year be a blessed and great one for you. Enjoy your year. Away from him, let's see who we are celebrating today here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. So the CEO of Manuel Photography, every celebrity's photographer. Yes. Manuel Bilson, happy birthday to you, sir. We celebrate you so much. We appreciate you. And this one is coming from Yuleya. To you, Lila Abnahimi, to you. She wishes you a blessed year, a great year, an amazing year, filled with lots of God's love and God's blessing. May this year be a blessed one for you, maybe a great year for you. Happy birthday to you. And away from him, let's see who we are celebrating again this morning here. Okay, Melissa, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. May your year be a great one. May your year be an amazing one. We celebrate you so much and wish you the very best that life has got to offer. Happy birthday to you, Melissa. Away from Melissa, let's see our next celebrant. So Nisia Kwame, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Nisia. Wish you the very best that the year has got to offer, and may this year be one of your best years yet. Have a blessed year. Have a great year, Nisia Najaba Kwame. Happy birthday to you. And moving on from Nisia, Yao Ampofu Ansa. Happy birthday to you, Yao Ampofu Ansa. This is coming from your brother and the rest of the family to you. They all wish you a great year, blessed year, a beautiful year filled with a lot of God's love and God's blessings. May this year be a great year for you. May it be a beautiful year, may it be an amazing year for you. May all your wishes come to pass. May all your wishes come true. And yes, may this year be one of your best years. Yes, Yao Ampofu Ansa. Happy birthday to you. Have a great year. And away from Yao, who are we celebrating again this morning? To the chaplain of the presidency. Yeah. Apostle Lambeth, God's brain, Agbenyenu. Happy birthday to you, Apostle Lambeth, from the entire WoezorTV family. We all wish you a great year and a blessed year. Have a great year, have a beautiful year, and yeah, congratulations on every side. Happy birthday to you, Apostle Lambeth, God's brain, Agbenyenu. Happy birthday to you. And away from him, do we still have someone else? Okay, so that will be it for birthdays this morning here on the Weezer TV Breakfast Cafe. Please do want to keep your wishes coming into our WhatsApp number 055-269-7939, 055-269-7939. Let's share in your special day and that of your loved ones. Please make sure we get your wishes 3 p.m. the day before your birthday so we can work on it and celebrate with you. But Randy Haji is on standby to give us the latest update with regards to newspaper review. Randy.
All right, now thank you so much. Indeed, today is a blessed day. It's actually the birthday of my biological dad as well. Happy birthday to you, Mr. Kwame David Ahaji, also known as Fela. His nick is actually Ragamuffin. Today he turns 70. Happy birthday to you, Daddy, from the entire, my siblings and the entire Ahaji family. We wish you God's blessings and good health as you surge on in life as well. Don't worry, tomorrow we'll celebrate you much bigger and better as well. But it's time for us to head to the dashboard, take a look at what the papers are reporting this morning. Let's start off with the front page of the Daily Graphic. Government rolls out free primary health care, 150 districts targeted for phase 1. GFA turns to World Cup veteran Queiroz as Black Stars coach. Okay, and then on the front page of the DNFT, $400 million lost to vegetable oil smuggling. That's a story on page 2 of the paper. Experts demand coordinated industry-wide response to rising digital fraud. Daily Post, World Bank applauds Ghana's turnaround, hails finance minister's leadership. Story on page 3, 9, and 15 of the newspaper. The Chronicle also says Mohammed's Agric research agenda in full swing. MOFA signs MOU with Central Group to boost agro-processing and fertilizer production nationwide. Daily Guide, government research gains momentum. MOFA Central sign landmark agreement. Pastor, 2 others caught burying baby alive. The Daily Times, German South cocoa farmers boycott minority caucus meeting over pricing brouhaha. The Archives also says lawyer labels Yoko's attack on Tanko as lawlessness. Okay, what else do we have? The Overseer newspaper, you are a star. World Bank official applauds Ghana's finance minister. Publican AI boosts the port revenue by 46% amid stakeholder concerns. The business analyst, World Bank applauds Ghana's turnaround, and also COPEC proposes 50% cut in Dumsor levy to reduce fuel prices. And that's it with the WoezorTV newspaper review segment. Now is on standby to give us all the details contained in the news report.
Thank you so much, Randy Ahaji, for the latest updates in newspaper review. Time now for the WoezorTV report. Let's take a look at the headlines. Now let's begin. President John Dramani Mahama is set to launch the government's flagship health initiative, the Free Primary Healthcare Program, on Wednesday, April 15 at Dodowa. The announcement was made by Minister for Health Kwabena Minta Akando during the Government Accountability Series yesterday. According to him, the policy seeks to transform Ghana's healthcare system by shifting focus from expensive late-stage treatments to early detection and prevention. The initiative is designed to ensure that every Ghanaian can access essential health services without financial strain.
Free primary health care is a government policy that guarantees that every Ghanaian can access a defined package of essential primary health care services free at primary health care level. And the emphasis is on primary health care level. This applies at CHIPS compound, health centers, and polyclinics across the country. Not only that, but beyond this delivery point, we will have a more structured approach to disease prevention and health promotion by moving into our communities and households with these services. It is important to emphasize that there will be no cost for the preventive and promotive as well as the curative services within the free primary health care services package. The only thing you need is to show a valid ID card as a Ghanaian. We'll also use the opportunity to encourage all the people who are uninsured to be enrolled on the National Health Insurance Scheme. Ladies and gentlemen, this point is very, very important because the free primary health care has a limit beyond which you need the National Health Insurance card. So there's a clear difference between the free primary health care and the subscriber to the National Health Insurance Scheme. We have clearly defined those facilities. We said CHIPS compounds, health centers, polyclinics, promotive and preventive. So when you are supposed to be referred to the district hospital, the regional hospitals, the teaching hospitals, the quaternary level, it is your national health insurance that will save you. So the national health insurance is still relevant and it's very, very important. We'll also use the opportunity to encourage all people who are uninsured to be enrolled. This will enable them to access care at district, regional, and tertiary hospitals, as well as more advanced primary care services not included in the package. This is a major shift in how our system works.
The long-standing no-bed syndrome, the minister revealed that government is rolling out a technology-driven system to track hospital bed availability in real time. The initiative will be complemented by plans to expand emergency infrastructure and strengthen coordination among health facilities nationwide.
No-bed syndrome. So this is an attempt to even detect those conditions that will rush you into emergencies on time. It's an attempt to detect them and to even prevent them before you even get the emergency for them to tell you there's no bed. So it has a direct link. There's other systems we are putting in place to address the no-bed syndrome. But no matter the number of beds you will increase, if you don't prevent the diseases itself, we can't have enough for the no-bed syndrome. So there's a direct linkage. And we are tackling, a lot more on the no-bed syndrome, looking at increasing the beds, using the IT to have visibility on the number of beds we have at our regional level, regional hospitals, our teaching hospitals. So when I'm in my office, I know the empty beds in Ridge, I know the empty beds in Kolebu. We are doing that. We are setting up a command center using the IT. So every regional hospital will have commanders who feed into the system. We are doing that. We are looking at having another emergency center in addition to what we have in Accra. The Kolebus and the UGMCs and what have you. We are doing all that. So that's another leg of it we'll have. But this has a direct correlation. When we are building a health system, it must be comprehensive, not to start from a point.
Also responding to concerns over disparities in healthcare delivery, particularly in underserved communities, the minister said government is scaling up to the deployment of health professionals and equipment to such areas. He noted that districts which previously lacked doctors have now seen significant improvement through recent postings. He added that the free primary healthcare program, estimated to cost about 1.2 billion Ghana cedi annually, will be rolled out in phases, beginning with 150 underserved districts.
Office as a minister, we realized that there were some districts without medical doctors in this country. It should be a thing of the past. And we insisted that our medical officers who were posting should go to the districts, not CHIP compounds, not health centers, not polyclinics, but district hospitals. By the grace of God, in 2024, we have a record where about 8 underserved regions had only 12 medical doctors. 12 medical doctors. Not one region, the whole 8 regions. The OT, the Western North, the Northeast, and they had only 12, 12 medical doctors in 2024. But in 2025, in our posting, we are not done, but we are hitting 100 for those same 8 regions. 100. And we are not done. And immediately after the free primary healthcare launch, those who didn't accept the posting will be deprived of those postings and will open up. So even if the medical doctor qualified yesterday, we'll post him there. Sometimes, as a leader, you don't have to take popular decisions all the time. You must swallow the bitter pill. Social media.
And now in other news, Ghana has officially opened the first African preparatory meeting for the World Telecommunications Subsidization Assembly WTSA 28 in Accra. The high-level gathering has brought together delegates from across the continent to deliberate on strategies to enhance Africa's visibility and influence in international forums. The meeting also seeks to position Africa as a key player in shaping digital policies and standards. There's more in this report.
An effort to present a united front ahead of the World Telecommunications Standardization Assembly 2028, WTSA 28. Under the theme, Strengthening Africa's Common Purpose Position, leaders and experts are working towards a coordinated proposal that reflects the continent's priorities while aligning with global standards. Delegates from across the continent have converged in Accra for a 2-day preparatory meeting. The gathering comes at a time when rapid advances in digital technologies, from artificial intelligence to next-generation connectivity, are reshaping economies and societies, bringing both opportunities and challenges. Ghana's Minister for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation, Samuel Nate George, emphasized the need for Africa to shift from being a rule taker to a rule maker in the global digital space.
We must become rule makers, not just rule takers. Digital technologies are transforming economies, reshaping societies, and redefining how we communicate, work, and innovate. From artificial intelligence to 5G and beyond, the pace of technological advancement presents both immense opportunities and complex challenges. Standards are the invincible architecture of the digital world. They ensure interoperability, foster innovation, and enhance security and enable inclusive access to digital services.
Secretary General of the African Telecommunications Union, John Omo, highlighted that while mobile phone usage has increased, mobile broadband penetration in Africa stands about 52 subscriptions per 100 inhabitants compared to 95 in developed regions. He stressed that access alone is not enough, pointing to persistent challenges in affordability, quality of service, meaningful use, and trust. Africans' participation in global standardization processes is therefore seen as critical. Ongoing efforts aim to boost both the quality and volume of contributions to the International Telecommunication Union through capacity building, institutional collaboration, and mentorship. For WoezorTV, Godfrey Amwafo reporting.
Now moving on, Ghana's economic recovery has received strong praise from the World Bank, with senior officers commending progress and leadership of Finance Minister Dr. Cecil Ato-Forson. At a meeting in Washington, the bank described Ghana's turnaround as impressive and signaled readiness to deepen support. Dr. Forson said 2025 marked the turning point, with the country now on a path to debt sustainability and growth. Officials also praised Ghana's fiscal reforms, resilience, and efforts to protect vulnerable groups. Key gains highlighted include declining inflation, improved currency stability, and continued investment in social programs as the country shifts focus to agriculture, energy, education, and infrastructure. Now to the Greater Accra region, the Municipal Chief Executive of the Ladade Kotopon Municipal Assembly, Alfred Anyete, has assured residents of the Kajano fishing community who were affected by Saturday's demolition exercise of the prompt delivery of relief items. The demolition displaced more than 2,000 people who have been living in temporary wooden structures. The residents claim the exercise was carried out without prior notice, leaving them unable to salvage most of their belongings. Speaking to the media, Mr. Nyete stated that the Assembly is collaborating with the National Disaster Management Organization to provide immediate support and assistance to those affected.
Since we did not know about it, the harm has been caused. So, together with an admin team, we will assess the situation, see the number of people who have been affected, and then find the necessary relief items for them. There are quite a number. The number of structures here and the number of votes, at least we know we have this in this area, is about 2,000, 2,500. So that's a lot of people we are going to attend to. So from our standpoint, Assembly will try and find ways of relieving them with mattresses and beds. And then we'll see what becomes of the action when maybe the necessary security bodies are able to find out who exactly is behind the demolition. Since the Assembly, and for that matter, the regional security is not aware of this.
To some other news, the Bono Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Kwame Bafo, and Sunyani East Communication Officer Abubakar Yakubu have been granted bail by the Ghana Police Service CID. Abronya DC was arrested over alleged threats against a judge, while Baba Mando was picked up for alleged false publication. Following their release in Accra, minority leader Alexander Afenu-Markin urged police to act with restraint. Now for international news. Now getting in, the U.S. blockade of Iran's ports has officially taken effect, with President Donald Trump announcing it will begin at 2 o'clock GMT. Speaking from the White House, Trump claimed that Iran is eager to negotiate, saying the country wants a deal very badly, and that had been contacted on Monday morning by the appropriate people seeking an agreement. In a post on social media, Trump issued a stark warning that any Iranian fast-track ships attempting to approach the blockade would be immediately eliminated.
Iran, you marking it down? Iran will not have a nuclear weapon. And we agreed to a lot of things, but they didn't agree to that. And I think they will agree to it. I'm almost sure of it. In fact, I am sure of it. If they don't agree, there's no deal. There'll never be a deal. Iran will not have a nuclear weapon, and we're going to get the dust back. We'll get it back either. We'll get it back from them or we'll take it.
Mr. President, as far as the naval blockade is concerned, what's the end game? Is it to force Iran back to the negotiating table? Is it to open up the strait so that gas prices ultimately come down?
Maybe everything. I mean, both of those things, certainly, and more. We can't let a country blackmail or extort the world, because that's what they're doing. They're really blackmailing the world. We're not going to let that happen. And you know, the amazing thing is, can you believe this? We don't use the strait. We don't need the strait. We have our own oil and gas, much more than we need. We have more oil and gas than Saudi Arabia. Think of this. We produce more. Saudi Arabia, and add Russia to it. Substantially more. And by next year, we'll have double that amount. So we don't need it, but the world needs it. And many ships are heading to our country right now as we speak to load up with the best. Really, I guess you could say, somebody said the best and sweetest. I don't know exactly what sweet is, but when it relates to oil, it's a good thing. But they're coming to our country right now. There are many boats coming to our country. Now, it could very well be this is going to be settled before that.
Now, this brings us to the end of the WoezorTV report. Many thanks for staying with us. I am Karen Nauyukwoti.
Embarrassed. Too embarrassed to speak to a loved one. Too embarrassed to speak to your doctor.
Too embarrassed. When in our lifetime, 1 in 4 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. 1 in 12 black men will die from prostate cancer.
Let me repeat that.
1 in 4 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. 1 in 12 black men will die from prostate cancer disease.
1 in 12. That could be your dad, even your older brother, uncle, or grandfather.
You need to make sure they are not embarrassed to speak to you or their doctor about it.
Hey, Dad, have you had your prostate checked out? See? How hard is that? It's easy. Just start the conversation.
Prostate cancer is survivable if caught and treated early enough.
Don't let embarrassment stop you having this important conversation.
You may save someone's life.
Not just your own.
Gentlemen, I've got some bad news and some good news. Okay, the bad news is that your chances of getting prostate cancer are now just 7 to 1. In fact, prostate cancer is killing 1 man every single hour of the day in this country. Imagine that, 1 every hour of the day. But the good news is, we're forming a team to stop that clock. Men United. It's time men united together to fight prostate cancer, the way women have united against breast cancer. We need to get together and find a cure, as well as better ways to care for the 250,000 prostate cancer sufferers out there. Please, get on side and join us in the fight. Men United versus prostate cancer. We can win this.
We're back for sports update on the Breakfast Cafe. My name is Godfred Amwafo. The moment you've been waiting for is here. Remember that after the sacking of Coach Otado from the Black Stars, we've been waiting for the next man who leads our team to the FIFA World Cup. Now, yesterday, as promised, it was delivered. The Ghana Football Association announced Carlos Queiroz as the next head coach for the Black Stars, and so Queiroz is actually going to lead our team. The former Real Madrid, Manchester United, and Portugal, and even Iran head coach will lead Ghana's campaign at the 2026 FIFA World Cup in Canada, Mexico, and the United States. Now, Queiroz beats an extensive or has an extensive World Cup pedigree. He led South Africa to qualification for the 2022 FIFA World Cup, guided Portugal to the knockout phase in 2010, and took charge of Iran at both the 2014 and 2018 tournaments. He has also had coaching roles in Egypt, Oman, Japan, and Qatar, and is expected to bring his wealth of experience to bear during the World Cup for the Black Stars of Ghana. Now, Coach Queiroz begins work immediately to prepare the Black Stars for the tournament, which kicks off in July 11, 2026. Now, Ghana plays, the first game against Panama on June 17. This year in Toronto, Canada, before facing England and Croatia in other group matches. Now, let's look at something about this head coach. In fact, his full name is Carlos Manuel Berto Leal Queiroz. In fact, that is his name. He's from Portugal. He was born in March 1, 1953. And so that is him coming in for the Black Stars. Now, his World Cup records from 2010 to 2018. In fact, in 2002, he was an assistant for the Portuguese national team. And so, assistant coach, we are taking that, record out. We are looking at when he himself, leading the team to World Cup. Now, overall, total games, he played 10 games when it comes to the World Cup so far from 2010 to 2018. He has only 2 wins out of the 10 games played in the World Cup and 4 draws, and then again 4 losses. So out of the 10 games that he has played in the World Cup as a head coach from 2010 to 2018, this is his record as he comes in for this game. He has 10 points in these games played at the World Cup in there. You remember in 2010, as the head coach for Portugal, he played 4 games, won 1, drew 2, and lost 1, and had 5 points in that game. In 2014, he played 3 games for Iran, had 0 wins. He drew 1 and then lost 2 games, had 1 point. In 2018, 3 games for Iran, won 1, had 1 draw, and then again lost 1, getting 4 points in that regard. And so apart from 2010 that he won a game for Portugal, gaining 5 points, the last 2 editions is never he's won 1 and then gained 1 point and 4 points. That is the 2014 he had 1 point, and in 2018 he had 4 points for Iran in that regard. And so that is Ghana's new coach on your screen, Carlos Queiroz, coming in for the next edition of the FIFA World Cup. Now he has embraced his new role with a deep gratitude and responsibility, humility, describing his appointment as a mission to serve Ghana's talent, pride, and footballing soul ahead of the FIFA World Cup. And so that is his statement on your screen. Now, in his first message to Ghanaians following his appointment, the Portuguese trainer has promised to give everything, calling the job as a mission, not just contracts. And so it is very important. Let's quickly read what he actually wrote. He said, "Dear all, it is with a deep sense of gratitude to the GFA, responsibility and humility that I embrace this new chapter with the national football team of Ghana. Football has given me a lifetime of challenges, lessons, and unforgettable journeys all over the world. Today, I accept this mission with the same passion and commitment that have guided me throughout my career. Ghana is a nation of talent, pride, and footballing soul. I arrive with respect for its history and believe in its future. Together, with unity, discipline, and ambition, we will work to honor the expectations of a great football nation." And so this is what our new coach has for us. He has promised to harness on the talents that we have, the pride as a nation, Ghana going into the FIFA World Cup. A lot of people know him for discipline, and so a lot of the comments coming in shows that yes, no player can do whatever that you want when it comes to camping. He will discipline you, and that is what you know him for. And it's also noted for bringing up talent and then raising an army of players. And so when it comes to resilience on the football, on the field of play, in fact, you can expect that Ghanaians or the players will be very disciplined and fight for the badge when it comes to the game. Now, let's talk about a sad incident that happened over the weekend. We made mention of it yesterday about the death of Dominic Frimpong. Remember, he played for Bekum Chelsea when they went away in the Ghana Premier League to play Samatex. On their way back home, they encountered an armed robbery attack, and out of that, a striker, 20-year-old Dominic, died from that incident. Now, this morning, before I came on, FIFA President Gianni Infantino has commented on that. Let's quickly look at what he said about the death of this player. So that is it on your screen. It says, "I'm deeply saddened to hear of the tragic passing of Bekum Chelsea Football Club's Dominic Frimpong following a reported attack on the team while returning from a Ghana Premier League fixture. On behalf of the global football community and everyone at FIFA, we send our condolences to his family, friends, everyone at Bekum Chelsea FC, and all those who knew him." And so this is an unfortunate statement. Of course, the FIFA president also getting in there. We didn't actually like what happened over the weekend, and so it's important, as the head of the governing body of football, he also comes out to make a statement on that regard. But then still on the Blasters, our midfielder Thomas Partey has pleaded not guilty to two new allegations of rape. Partey, 32, appeared at Southwark Crown Court, where he denied twice raping a woman in London in December 2020. Partey, who left Arsenal for Villarreal last summer, was charged in July last year with 5 other counts of rape and 1 count of sexual assault relating to allegations dating back to 2021 and 2022. He has also pleaded not guilty to 2 those charges. A trial originally scheduled for November this year may now be delayed until January 2027 because of the new allegations. In total, the footballer has pleaded not guilty to 7 counts of rape and 1 of the sexual assault involving 4 women. Now, on Monday, Judge Tony, the recorder of Westminster, agreed for all the allegations to be tried together. Partey wore dark grey trouser, a black jumper over a white shirt, and a smart black shoes to court. He spoke to confirm his name and entered two not guilty plea during the hearing. Partey did not attend the previous hearing at Westminster Magistrate Court when the charges came before the judge for the first time, but his lawyer indicated that not guilty plea would be entered. He remains on bail during the legal proceedings with the condition that he does not contact the alleged victims in that regard. And so this is also coming from the camp of Thomas Partey. Now to the English Premier League. Yesterday, Manchester United were stunned by Leeds United, and now Leeds United has moved 6 points clear of the drop zone. It wasn't a good moment for Manchester United yesterday. In fact, it's becoming like Monday night football for Manchester United. It's not going well. They should look into that for us because it's breaking our hearts. Of course, yesterday wasn't a good night for Man U, but they are still in the top 4. Here's the highlights of that game. So that was the highlight of Manchester United and Leeds game that was played yesterday. Of course, it didn't end well for Man United. But then let's talk about the UEFA Champions League second leg of the quarterfinals. You remember last week we had the first leg, and so here are the fixtures for the second leg. Barcelona will be traveling to Atletico de Madrid. Their first game ended 2-0 in favor of Atletico de Madrid. So Barcelona will be looking forward to score at least 3 or 4 goals to secure qualification to the next round of the competition. Liverpool will also welcome Paris Saint-Germain in that regard. The first leg ended a favorable win for PSG, and so they are traveling to Anfield tonight at 7 p.m. to see whether they can continue their fine form against Liverpool, or Liverpool will fight back to win this game to qualify to the next round of that competition. It's a wrap for sports. My name is Godfred Amwafo Asanto. I'll bring you entertainment to stay as we go for this break.
Okay, next one. Sit down. Look to camera.
This is what it looks like to be exceptional, to stand out from the crowd, to make history. But what if women didn't have to be exceptional? What if they didn't have to be the first, the best, or the only woman? What if being a female engineer wasn't remarkable? What if women and men could compete as equals? I don't want to make history. I don't want to be the only woman. I want to be one of many.
Your flight is ready to leave.
Sit back and relax and enjoy the flight.
Do you want a sugar-free, freshly squeezed fruit juice? Choose Greenline fruit juice and smoothies. Filled with vitamin C, calcium, iron, fiber, and zinc, every drop of Greenline juice and smoothies is naturally made to give you energy, good health, and refreshment. Enjoy your favorite Greenline orange, pineapple passion, watermelon, pineapple and turmeric, pineapple beetroot, pineapple and ginger, and healthy green. Greenline fruit juice and smoothies, powered by nature.
Good morning. This is the entertainment update here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. I am Evergreen Asanto. Now, this morning we're still talking the TGMAs, which is happening on the 9th of May, and Euphoria 3 is out. Do you know about that? Yes, if you didn't know, now you know, and details are coming your way shortly. But let's start off with the Telesel Ghana Music Awards conversation, and our very own Ghanaian musician and rapper Ochiame Kwame says that he is confident about winning the Artist of the Year award again at the TGMAs. Now, speaking on Hit FM on April 3rd, he said the win depends on strategy, consistency, and hit songs, adding that his background in marketing and PR gives him an edge in positioning his music. However, he noted that the final outcome ultimately depends on audience response.
When Artist of the Year, it's not difficult. If I'm able to do all the things that I say I'm doing in a year, and I get 3 big hits, I am Artist of the Year.
Yep.
It is that simple. And you don't forget that I have an MPhil in public relations.
Yes.
I have a master's in marketing strategy.
Yes.
What you say?
Yeah.
I'm a co-opted member of the of a Chartered Marketing Institute of UK.
Tell them.
I don't know if you know what it means.
Tell them.
What it means. I know marketing.
Yes.
And I know PR. I can map out my stakeholders to the point that people see what I'm doing.
Sure.
And then I do what I'm supposed to do. I'll be Artist of the Year.
All right.
Easily.
Yeah.
All I need is the only thing that I don't have control over is the 3 or 4 big hits.
Yeah.
That one, I'll leave that to the audience. If the audience like 3 of my songs, I'll be Artist of the Year.
And for anyone who understands marketing, you should know that he knows exactly what he's talking about, and it is absolutely true. When it comes to the hit songs, of course, you don't have control over, because you don't know what the audience would like or not like. Sometimes, you know, when you sit with them, they even tell you that sometimes they don't even envision the hit songs, or they don't even envision how audience are going to receive every songs that they release out there. So that audience can control, but everything is about strategy when it comes to marketing, and I absolutely agree with him on that one. Then the audience would have to do their part, and if all goes well, absolutely he's going to win Artist of the Year again. So on that note, he's still celebrating his 50th, birthday and also anniversary in music. And he needs all of us to come together to support him. I gave you details on that already, and it is happening somewhere this weekend. Now, away from that, let's talk about Guru, and he is back in the news, and he is saying that his hit song La Paz Toyota marked a turning point in his career. Now, also speaking on the Atu show, he recalled how earlier songs like Kasiebo and Democracy did well, but it was La Paz Toyota that became his breakout success and earned him his first record deal. Now, he added that the song also improved his personal life and allowed him to support others.
La Paz Toyota anka mi fi nyom no muntem. La Paz Toyota ye mamia pija e uplifted even that brabon itself. Na ne me de wo mun say e mami to me hold me now for na me no more struggle. Mami to me hold you omo down say omo so enyine gina ha emfro.
I said obey branch ma omo.
Yeah. And that is what me achieve here is so many. Sa niema we the rest ni nyina na niema e normal. Yeah.
Because na common level.
Yeah.
Well, na say be but said the oka say etimi ma o pillar B.
I was fulfilled.
Now so timi so ebi monsa no. Eno nko akra enough ma.
Because at some point my wolf and I say me mama eja place mama me nko na meti.
Yeah.
Oja shop big shop mama me nko na me operate. I was okay.
Yeah.
But me squad bi o ma hiti o mo ba me nchen me ntimi mo o. But me pick here no me ntimi bo o.
Ho mo no.
So that is it with Guru, and it's been a while we all heard from La Paz Toyota hitmaker, but yeah, he's back now. He's done with school, okay? So he's not your typical or usual SLC president, of course, but now he's back to the Guru that we all know. But it still doesn't take away his certificates from him and his title as once SLC president of the University of Ghana. So huge congratulations to him on that one. And it is your sign to go and reminisce about La Paz Toyota. Go and listen to that song and think about it again. But now let's talk about gospel music. And gospel artist Gwendolyn Yagli has also released her debut album titled Clouds of Glory. Now the project fuses and focuses on faith, worship and gratitude, blending contemporary gospel and Afro gospel sounds. It features collaborations with Judy K and Bethel Revival Choir. And if my memory serves me right, so in terms of the year, Gwendolyn was the TDMA vocal artist, female vocal artist of the year. And that was in 2024, like I said, if my memory serves me right. So she is on top of her game and she absolutely knows what she's about. So this is just to give you a tip of the iceberg for you to know what the album is about. But you can go out there on all digital streaming platforms and go and listen to the album. And trust me, it is definitely going to be a blessing for you, your family and your loved ones. Everybody that hears this album would actually be blessed. Okay, so go and then stream the songs like I stated. Now let's move away from gospel and let's talk about Omale. Do you know what is happening with Omale? Maybe not, maybe yes, because Omale also has a new album out there, Clarity of the Mind, and I have a new favorite from him, and hopefully you also get to have your own favorite from this album. So the Nigerian singer, which is Omale, is also enjoying strong international success as his new album Clarity of the Mind debuted at number 3 on the UK Spotify chart. Now the project blends Afrobeat with emotional and reflective themes, with tracks like Artificial Happiness and Holy Ghost gaining significant traction. Now the achievement highlights his growing global reach. And this is a 12-track album we are talking about, and the Artificial Happiness happens to be the first track on this album that we are talking about. Like I said, that is my new favorite. We also have the London Breeze, which a lot of people are also jamming to, and there's one song, Jaja, also on there. So a lot of songs and a lot of different variety to choose from. 12 songs on one album, so you have like options, a lot of options. And this album, in as much as it still gives us the usual Omale, that not even usual, I don't think it gives us the usual Omale. Someone was literally telling me that now this album is not giving the typical sadness, emotional Omale, but a different vibe, because this is clarity of the mind we are talking about, and it gives you that happiness vibe that you can imagine. So please go and also stream this album. Now let's talk movies, and your favorite, my favorite, and our favorite, which is Euphoria, and it is back here. So the TV series Euphoria has returned for its third season, and starring Zendaya, Sydney Sweeney, and Jacob Elordi. While some critics praise its bold storytelling and performances, others say the new season feels darker and less impactful than earlier ones. Now, despite mixed reactions, the show continues to generate strong public conversations, and we have a trailer for the movie.
Have you ever been to Mexico?
Me? In Mexico?
Swallow. Disfruta.
Is it nice?
Some parts.
In the beginning, we had to make a choice about who we were and what we wanted.
The network loved your storyline.
Really?
So this is the trailer 2 for Euphoria, the TV series that we all love so much. And this time around, we all seem to have different opinions, right? And I think that if you ask me, the thing about series is that sometimes it takes too long for the next season to actually be released, right? Like you watch season 1, and after a very long time, sometimes a year, sometimes 2 years, sometimes even 3 years before they release the second or the third season. So sometimes you lose the interest, the vibe is not there anymore. I think that is what is currently happening with Euphoria. That is for those who think that it is swaying away a little bit and what have you, right? But for those of us who still have time on our hands, in fact, we just love movies and series so much that we'll still go and watch the previous series again or episodes before we rewatch the new season. Sometimes you get yourself in that same vibe and element so that you understand the next storyline very better, right? But for those who will not revisit the previous episode, sometimes I think that's the problem. But sometimes it is normal, it happens because we are human beings, or it is human beings writing the story. And if you don't understand art and the cinema experience, and sometimes these things very well too, sometimes it's also a little bit confusing and then what have you. But we are all entitled to opinions, right? But it's your sign to go and stream and watch Euphoria 3 and know what is currently happening with Zendaya, of course. And this is why I draw the curtains down for today's entertainment update here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and at exactly 2:00 p.m. I'll be on your screen here on WoezorTV with Tune Talk. We are going to talk the tune and make sure that we leave the vibe on the show. Repeats on Saturdays at exactly 4:00 p.m. I am Evergreen Asanta. Thank you for watching. Have a good morning. Enjoy the rest of our programs.
Your flight is ready to leave.
Sit back and relax and enjoy the flight.
Good morning, lovely viewers. It feels good to be back here again on the well-being segment on WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. My name is Stephanie Nakoshi Blankson. Today we are going to talk about the importance of medical screening, a simple but powerful step towards protecting your health. Medical screening is simply checking your health even if you feel perfectly fine. Many serious conditions such as hypertension, diabetes, high cholesterol, sexually transmitted infections, and some cancers may develop silently without early warning signs. By the time symptoms appear, some complications such as stroke, heart disease, infertility, kidney failure, and sudden death may already have occurred. That is why early detection is so important. Routine screening should include checking your blood pressure to prevent the dangers of hypertension, testing your blood sugar to detect diabetes early, and assessing your cholesterol level to prevent the risks of heart attacks and strokes. It is also essential for everyone who is sexually active to screen for STIs such as HIV, hepatitis B, and syphilis, because most of these symptoms do not show up early but can cause a long-term damage if untreated. It is also important to know your blood group and genotype. Knowing your blood group may be crucial in case of emergencies requiring for blood transfusion, and knowing your genotype before marriage helps prevent the risks of sickle cell disease in children. Women should undergo cervical and breast cancer screening, while men above 40 should consider prostate checks. And everyone should monitor their weight, know your kidney and liver function, dental health, vision, and even mental well-being. Medical screening is not about fear, it's about responsibility and prevention. Early detection saves money, prevents complication, and most importantly, saves lives. Do not wait until you feel sick before visiting the hospital. Take charge of your health now. Stay informed, stay proactive, and stay healthy. This has been the Wellbeing segment on WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. My name is Stephanie Nakoshi Blankson. Thank you.
All right, so many thanks for still staying with us here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. Thank you to Godfred for bringing us the latest update in the world of sports, and also a big thanks to Evergreen Asantua with the e-update. It's time head into the last leg of the show, and briefly we'll talk about what happened yesterday at the presidency with regards to the Government Accountability Series. Yes, it was the turn of the health minister. He addressed issues or concerns in the health sector, particularly with regards to the upcoming launch of the free healthcare, primary healthcare, which will be launched tomorrow. The president, my colleague Belinda Kwanzaa, was at that particular event. She's captured it vividly, so she's just going to run us through all that we saw yesterday for you Ghanaians to also know exactly what the health sector, the health ministry is doing with regards to issues on health. Belinda, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
By God's grace, I'm fine. How about you?
Why that low tone though? You see a huge body, her voice is big.
No.
She speaks and you can. But let's talk about yesterday's event.
Okay.
It was the Government Accountability Series, something they started ever since they took over the realms of affairs as far as leading the country is concerned. The health minister was on yesterday.
Right.
What exactly went on? How important was yesterday's event?
Right. So yesterday the health minister came to talk about the free primary health care program, which will be launched tomorrow, like you said earlier. And he explained what the program is about, and then how the policy is going to cover Ghanaians and all that, how it's going to be rolled out in phases. Now, he made mention of why this matters. So he says that many Ghanaians still pay out of pocket. Now, when you go
like the cash and carry?
Yes. When you go to the hospitals, because a lot of people don't have the Ghana card, health insurance, the NHIS card. Yes, when you go, you see there's something called consultation. You pay that first, and even to pick a folder, you pay to pick
really?
Yes, you have to pay before you even pick a folder and all that. So, looking at that, if this thing is not launched or is not taken to, this is not put in place, people would have a lot of issues, in terms of, point of care. You need the money to pay before you are being taken care of, which is wrong. Okay. And he also says that it also delays in seeking care. Because people have to pay and then you don't have the money. A lot of Ghanaians don't have the money to pay for some of their illness, the health conditions they go through, right? And then also mainly the policy is about early detection and then prevention.
Okay.
Right. So what is new? They are shifting from curative to preventive system. Now they're looking at free services at the primary level. Okay. And they are going to look at.
Hold on, is this different from the health insurance? So this takes care of the very basic things, right?
Yes.
Like that's the primary healthcare.
First point of yeah. Okay. Now you need a health insurance card to be able to go through this process. Yes, please. Okay. So you don't just go to the hospital and then request, because it has been launched or implemented, you just go to the hospital and request for primary health care. Okay. So far as you're a Ghanaian, you should have your health insurance card. And he noted that 2/3 of Ghanaians are actively use it. Mm-hmm. But what happens to the 1/3? Mm-hmm. They don't have, and it also caused some kind of financial barriers to them. So he encouraged Ghanaians that don't have their national health insurance card to also go get it. And then also, so what is new about this whole thing is that they're looking at community outreach as well. They'll send doctors, volunteers, health practitioners to communities to teach them about this free primary health care program, and also how to put them on and the necessary process they have to go through to be on this. And he also made mention of a 360 container-based service delivery point in high traffic areas, and also
what does that mean?
So more like you know, this people that go around with the microphone.
Okay, the megaphone.
The megaphone. Yeah. So it's like
okay. So like community outreach.
Yes.
Okay. So when there is time for immunization, what we usually see. Okay.
Good. So with that, they are going to involve that. They're also going to train volunteers that will be deployed to support the community health workforce. Now, they looked at the systems being introduced. We looked at the bird tracking system, the no bird syndrome.
Okay.
Now, there's even a video to it where he spoke about the no bird syndrome. He made mention that.
Do we have that?
Yes, we do have. We do have that video, which was played earlier on the news. Yes.
So we just put that out pretty shortly, but so we don't lose track of what you're saying. Just go on whilst they work on getting that video.
All right. So with the no bird syndrome, what he mainly said that I picked from was that if we are able to get the free primary health care in place, people are going to get access to health services immediately.
Yeah.
The moment you go, you are being sorted after.
Yeah.
So now you don't have to wait for even a bed.
So that becomes more like the first aid kind of.
Yes.
contact.
So immediately you are being handed. How do we call it? You are being taken care of. So there wouldn't even be a need for it to escalate. Yes, that's a video.
So hold on, let's take a listen to what the minister said with regards to what Belinda is mentioning on the no bed syndrome convo that we had some time back.
No bed syndrome. So this is an attempt to even detect those conditions that will rush you into emergencies on time. It's an attempt to detect them and to even prevent them before you even get the emergency for them to tell you there's no bed. So it has a direct link. There's other systems we are putting in place to address the no bed syndrome. But no matter the number of beds you will increase, if you don't prevent the diseases itself, we can't have enough for the no bed syndrome. So there's a direct linkage. And we are tackling, a lot more on the no bed syndrome, looking at increasing the beds, using the IT to have visibility on the number of beds we have at our regional level, regional hospitals, our teaching hospitals. So when I'm in my office, I know the empty beds in Ridge, I know the empty beds in Kolebu. We are doing that. We are setting up a command center using the IT. So every regional hospital will have commanders who feed into the system. We are doing that. We are looking at having another emergency center in addition to what we have in Accra. The Kolebus and the UGMCs and what have you. We are doing all that. So that's another leg of it we'll have. But this has a direct correlation. When you are building a health system, it must be comprehensive, not to start from point. Questions about no bed syndrome. So this is an attempt to even detect those conditions.
Akando, the health minister, right? Okay, so clarified with regards to the issues on health and no bed syndrome too.
Yeah.
So this will take care of that to an extent.
Yes, and then like the way he said, there'll be monitoring. So they'll be monitoring the number of beds in the hospitals. Yes, so they'll set up a command center where they would see that, okay, so maybe you're being directed to this particular, maybe Kolebu teaching hospital. They're going to monitor and say, okay, so these are the number of beds available. And then, so if there's not a lot of beds, they also transfer you. But first off, it's going to be the free primary health care initiative, the program. So the moment you are being aided, like given the first aid, there won't even be a need
for referral.
Yes, unless it has escalated for they need to be in the hospital, on the hospital bed. And then also, they said they are going to deploy, the implementation process, equipment distribution, about 24,000 plus healthcare equipment to hospitals to aid in the
Because I think essentially that has been the problem, the unavailability of equipment.
That's true.
The beds, some of, what's the name of that? The incubators. And blah 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 blah. I now mentioned the last time that you go to some facilities, they don't even have the friend said the BP monitoring machine.
The one they used to check the BP.
Yeah, and all of that. So I think that also caters for
yes,
that. Okay.
That's right. And then also the first phase rollout to be 150 underserved districts nationwide.
Okay.
That will be the first rollout.
Okay.
So they're looking at 150 underserved communities.
When is that starting? This year?
Yes, this year. Okay. We'll start seeing effects of it in 2 months' time.
Okay.
Right. And then also, he made mention that the cost will not be less than 1.2 billion Ghana cedis.
Okay.
So they need 1.2 billion Ghana yearly.
Okay.
Yeah, for a year. That's what they would need to roll out this initiative. And
is that going to be the burden of the government, or are we looking out for some international donors or partnership or wherever?
So they are open to international donors,
private investors.
Yes. So if you are interested in helping this cause, you can. Send in your donations and then all that. Okay. And then also, like I mentioned earlier, 2/3 of the Ghanaian populations are actively enrolled on the NHIS, meaning a large number of people or a large number of Ghanaians are not on this NHIS scheme. So basically, that was what was said at the accountability series yesterday. Now, overall, the policy is ambitious. Actually, yeah. But the success will also depend on how the implementation process will be. And like the minister said yesterday, the health insurance card, you need it. Most important.
Do you have one?
Yes, I have one. So to Ghanaians out there that don't have it, I think there was a particular period where on X, formerly Twitter, people were having this whole conversation about the health insurance card, and there was they were running a campaign, I think, where you can even you can do it online. Yes. So there were a lot of noise, like buzzes around it. So I would entreat all Ghanaians to go get their national health insurance card. I have mine, so you should also have yours, so we can all benefit from this new program. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So I think Clenam is talking about accessibility as well. But this topic probably we can roll over tomorrow, so we can speak to either the PRO of the Ghana Health Service or some other key stakeholders in the health sector as well. But Belinda, let's wrap up. Tomorrow we know the launch will be held. The president will officially launch the free primary health care as well. So let's see, maybe your final words on this, and then we can bow out.
Right. So like I said, I said it earlier, but since some people didn't get it, so let me hit it again. Get your NHIS card. Most important, get it, because if you all want to benefit from the free primary health care program, you'd have to get your NHIS card. As a Ghanaian, you should have it. And this is not just a talk. Like the minister said yesterday, it's not just a talk. They didn't just rush the whole process. They planned it. It's a well-planned program. So they are going to roll it out in phases so that they can see their shortcomings and then smoothing edges and then make everything easy and accessible to all Ghanaians.
All right, Belinda, thank you so much for your time this morning. Of course, let's see, we'll keep our eyes on the launch tomorrow. But before we go, viewers, let me just read some messages that you have sent through via our online platform. Jay Marley says, watching live from Virginia. Okay, Samuel also says, I'm watching. Our father says, good morning to WoezorTV. My appreciation goes to the host and the panelists, especially Miss Karen. Please, the potential recruits have raised several concerns regarding the ongoing recruitment exercise. Most of their grievances include quite a lengthy one. Many do not have access to the portal, yet others claim that some of their colleagues from the same year batch are already in the teaching field while they are left struggling. Some have lamented that the lack of transparency in the allocation of slots. They are unaware of the specific number of teachers required at the KG, primary and junior high school levels. There is also confusion over the numbers. If 12,000 applicants were shortlisted, but only 7,000 are needed, who will be excluded? Others have suggested that the recruitment should be conducted in year badges to ensure fairness. Additionally, I have read that TTAG has submitted a petition to halt the recruitment process. Politically, many teachers believe the party is becoming unpopular because despite their efforts, they remain unemployed. Please, Mr. Fenyi, what are your thoughts on these matters? Concerned citizens, a father. Okay, rather unfortunate. Mr. Fenyi is not on to answer, but good points raised. Like I said, it's a conversation we should be having in the coming days as well. We would have to rope in the TTAG reps also on this conversation because they have issued a directive or a statement on it. Ibrahim Mahamadou says John Dramani Mahama, as the flag bearer of the NDC for the 2024 elections, promised to restore the automatic posting of trained teachers. Promise of automatic posting. Mahama pledged to end a system where newly trained teachers must wait or struggle to secure employment. Blah blah blah. Quite a lengthy one, Charlie. Okay, but to wrap it up, he says the 2023 cohort summing up to over 13,000 are all frustrated in the house. The immediate juniors in the 2024 cohort who have just completed their 1-year mandatory national services here in the house too with them. The 2024 cohort is about 19,000. Do you think they just sit in the house? They are finding ways and means to survive, whilst Allah guides others to positive means. Others don't care whether positive or negative, provided it makes them earn. Okay, yeah, your message is lengthy, Ibrahim, but thank you. The import of the message is well known. Dr. Downblow says H. John Dramani Mohammed's style is simple. Act where it matters. He doesn't wait for things to get worse before stepping in, whether it's the economy, infrastructure, or social support. You can see efforts and direction. That is what leadership should look like. Not perfection, but clear action and responsibility. Now, when you compare that to the NPP, the difference is obvious. After 8 solid years in power, they left behind serious economic hardship, yet today they behave like they suddenly have all the answers. It doesn't add up. You had your choice, you had a chance, and Ghanaians felt the impact. Okay, Dr. Brown, thanks. Amenyo says, please ask the PRO for me about the results of our promotion exams. When it to be released. Okay, all right. Sorry, we don't have him on. Good morning, my people. Humadosi Chope says, Daybreak, on the issue of Toyota Voxy vehicle, a practical, reliable, and family-friendly vehicle, best for city driving and transport use, but can't be used for long distance. The question is all about the long distance and how the drivers behave on the road. I'm Sichope from Akpafu, Guan constituency. My regards to Honorable Fred Kwesi Agbenyo, Honorable Edem Agbana, Eric J, and also Elikem Kotoko. All right, thank you so much for your message. Of course, tomorrow we are back with another great edition of the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. Let me say a very big thanks to the team for helping put this one together, and also the biggest one to you, the viewer, for always choosing WoezorTV over the others. We go all out for you. My name is Randy Ahaji. It's a terrific Tuesday. Be safe, be good out there, and be productive. Let's meet again tomorrow. It's a wrap.